USC, fresh off their bye week and ready to get back on their Trojan horse. 4-1 on the season, led by Lincoln Riley. Here come the Trojans. It is a cacophony of noise already in downtown Los Angeles. Welcome to the Coliseum. Noah Eagle, Todd Blackledge, Catherine Tappan, and Terry McCauley. Glad to have you with us for a matchup that really does mean a lot. Since last year with a 12-team playoff, there's so much more opportunity for teams. And this game right here, midway through the season, feels like a de facto play-in game for these two teams.
It absolutely does. I mean, especially when you consider that Penn State's kind of fallen off the cliff in the last couple of weeks. Indiana made a big statement today that they're still in the playoff conversation, and the winner today takes a big step toward saying in that very same conversation.
These two teams played a year ago in Ann Arbor, and Michigan really ran all over this defense. Yeah. But USC feels like this is an opportunity to announce themselves. They have fully arrived within the Big Ten.
You know what? We're here in L.A. We're close to Hollywood. Beautiful weather, beautiful uniforms, flashy skill players. But make no mistake, if USC wins today, it's going to be because they win in the trenches. That's going to decide the game. Who's the better team in the trenches? How's that show up? Who runs the ball? Who defends the run? Who affects the quarterback? Who protects the quarterback? It's all coming down to that.
Who's willing to get a little dirt on the glitz and glamour of this Hollywood script? Bryce Underwood in a major environment as USC tries to get their 5th win of the season and avenge the loss from last year on Big Ten Saturday night.
I'm back. Did you miss me?
Where are you going? Firework went off at our gender reveal party.
When you get home later, you can find out together and...
Hey, girl day.
St. Dennis Medical, November 3rd on NBC and Peacock.
This right here is what the experts call a problem.
Today I'm lifting some sunken concrete.
So again, this is simply forming a new layer between the soil and the concrete, and it's expanding as we speak.
That's right.
That's moving.
It's moving.
Son of a gun.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
It's weirdly satisfying.
Isn't it?
To everyone who believes in Midwest magic, you'll always find it here at Culver's. Not that kind of magic.
Midwest magic turns fresh, never frozen beef into a juicy butter burger.
And transforms farm fresh dairy into the creamiest custard you've ever had. Ta-da!
But it's not just what we serve, it's how we serve it.
With a warm welcome and a little extra love.
Love.
Love in every bite.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Yeah!
Minnesota Rusco is celebrating 70 years in business, and we're offering you 70% off labor. That's right, for a limited time, take 70% off labor on bathrooms, kitchens, windows, siding, roofing, decks, and doors. Plus, no payments and no interest until 2027. To take advantage of this special 70th anniversary sale, call Minnesota Rusco and make your appointment today.
We're Minnesota Rusco since 1955.
Space that adapts. Clarity that keeps you focused. And style that grabs hold. Welcome to the Genesis GV80. Get the GV80 for 2.99% APR for 60 months. Exclusively at Genesis of Minneapolis.
I'm Belinda Jensen, and I'm proud to call Minnesota home.
The following is a presentation of the Big Ten Conference.
12th all-time meeting between Michigan and USC. The Trojans lead 6-5, but it was the Wolverines at home last year, 27-24, behind 290 yards on the ground. First time that they've played at the Coliseum since the late 50s, and these two coaches both know how badly their teams need this one. Sharon Moore coming off the win against Wisconsin in his return to the sideline last week. For Lincoln Riley, he said his team can't get back on the field soon enough after the loss at Illinois and the bye week last week to prepare for this game. Michigan won the toss, elected to defer to the second half. So we will see this high-octane USC offense out there in what is expected to be a split crowd at the Coliseum. Sunderland will send it away, and we are underway from LA. And this one will be taken out from just inside the goal line. King Miller goes to the outside, and we'll see where he stepped out of bounds. Bring out this USC offense that coming in has been ridiculously impressive and efficient behind their quarterback, Jade Mayava.
Yeah, Mayava started 4 games last year. Went 3-1 as a starter, but he had 7 turnovers in those 4 games. Only 1 turnover this year so far. He has played beautifully, and really those 4 games he played last year set the tone and the stage for his development in the offseason, and he has really blossomed, as most quarterbacks do, in Lincoln Riley's offense.
Lincoln Riley said that he really just understands situational football, how to attack defenses, how defenses are trying to attack him. Said that the success that he had in those 4 games last year actually really impressive considering how little he actually knew. We'll see where they go with all the skill position players that they need. They've got McCree off to the right and handed off Wayman Jordan on first down. Generally a good idea as he gets met by Ernest Hausman after a gain of 3 for this USC offense.
Well, again, it's an explosive offense, and you take a look. Mekhi Lemon, number 6, has been the go-to guy. 11 catches their last time out against Illinois. Up front is where it's really going to be a burden on them. They've got to be solid. Tobias Raymond, number 73, he's kind of been the all-star for them because he's had to move around and play different spots due to injuries.
John Ray Reed getting the start as Killian O'Connor got hurt against Illinois. Will miss at least the next 2 games. Set up the screen. It's Jordan with good blocking in front, weaving his way through, and he's going to set up a 3rd down and 1 on this opening possession.
Now, 3rd down and 1. You can do anything here. Nice call on the screen early. This is a defense that's aggressive under Wink Martindale. Lincoln Riley knows that. Last year, Miller Moss was the quarterback. He was pressured 22 times in that game. Good way to offset that pressure early with the screen.
Wink Martindale in year 2 as defensive coordinator. We've seen from year 1, late in the season, he's gotten a feel for his personnel. Starting to see that take shape now midway through this year. 3rd down and 1. Lions, the tight end in motion. And the handoff, Jordan surging forward, has the first down.
Yep. Everybody talks about Lincoln Riley and his work with quarterbacks, and you think he wants to throw the ball all the time. He loves to run the football. This is a team that runs it 53% of the time. First 3rd down play, 3rd and short. They get a good push on the right side of their offensive line and get the conversion. But Lincoln Riley loves to run the football, and that kind of sets up everything else he likes to do off of play action in their pass game.
And there's a lot of danger around Wayman Jordan in this run game with the way Mekhi Lemon has played on the outside. Jacoby Lane getting healthier. Here is the first catch for Lemon. He's dangerous with the ball in his hands, and he's going to pick up 12 near midfield down to the 48-yard line.
And the first 2 passes of the game against this Michigan defense are screens. We saw the screen to the back. This is a little quick screen, quick throw to the wide receiver. You release linemen downfield, and you get another first down conversion.
Quick back to the line. Jordan stays in there on this entire drive so far. Play action over the middle, wide open. It's caught by the tight end Lions. Went up top to get it. Big gain deep into Michigan territory.
Well, the tempo got Michigan. They were trying to sub. They didn't have all their players in. It was a quick count, and the tight end right down the seam got him. USC upping the tempo right now on this drive.
Handoff, Jordan up the middle, and delivers a little pain on the front end of that as he gets to the 25. Hits Cole Sullivan in this Michigan defense.
Yeah, Michigan's defense, the guy to keep an eye on, Jayshon Barham, number 1. He moved from linebacker to the edge. He's a dynamic playmaker, rushing the passer. And in the back end, number 19, safety Rod Moore. He was out for almost 20 months. He came back, played 19 plays a week ago against Wisconsin. He'll be in there as much as he can handle it now, coming back from a knee injury, but he is the leader on the back end of this defense.
Jordan gets a breather. Sanders and Miller both in there. And the handoff goes to Miller. And he finds just enough space to get inside the red zone. A first down to the 17-yard line before T.J. Metcalf goes down low.
Well, again, nice blend of run and pass. 3-3 run and pass on this opening drive. Take a look at yards per rush in the Big Ten. USC and Michigan on top of the league. And in this part of the field, Jaden Maiava is also a run threat. He's got 4 rushing touchdowns, and he becomes a factor in the red zone as well.
Sanders and Miller stay in there. Lemon, the motion man, first down from the 17. Take it one side, go to the other. It's Sanders on the catch and run to the outside, and he gets decked out of bounds by Moore right at that line again. It's going to be a first down and a 10-yard gain.
Well, they were late picking up the back, coming out of the backfield. Watch number 1. He's going to go in motion. They're late getting him. The linebacker is late picking him up. It's a quick throw out of the hand of the quarterback fast. Nice little misdirection in the backfield. And an easy throw and catch for Maiava.
8th catch of the year for Sanders. 8 plays on this opening drive already for USC. 5 first downs, and now it's first and goal from the 6. Play clock down to 5. Here's Jordan. Second and goal from the 2 on the extra effort.
We'll see 2 running backs for USC today. Wayman Jordan on that carry. Eli Sanders, who just caught the pass the play before. Very different styles. Sanders is more of a perimeter guy, and Jordan is a bigger guy with a little bit more patience, a little more feel for running inside. Probably why he's in the ball game right now. Shotgun or wildcard situation right now with Jordan.
He's got 5 touchdowns on the year. 5'10", 210. Following his blockers, he gets upended right at the line of scrimmage. Jimmy Rolder was the first one there, and it's third down.
Yeah, Jimmy Rolder does a nice job from his middle linebacker position. Watch number 30 flash from the middle, reads it, gets into the backfield, and upends the back. Jimmy Rolder has had an outstanding season. He's been healthy. Wink Martindale went to him in the spring and said, hey, look, you're a starter. There were teams that were kind of sniffing around, seeing if he was going to get in the portal. And his development has really allowed them to move Jayshon Barham to the edge.
Rolder and Sullivan have been big pieces. Third and goal. Maiava to the end zone. Touchdown! Jacoby Lane. What a start for SC down the field.
Oh, this is so pretty by Jacoby Lane, because they're going to put Lemon out like they're going to throw a screen, and watch Jacoby. He's going to look like he's blocking, right? And then he releases, and he gets the football. Beautiful design down by the goal line. Show the screen, and then release and throw it to the slant. What a beautiful drive for USC to start this football game.
So Sairi will come on for the extra point. He's been filling in for the man they expected to be the starting kicker this year, Caden Chittenden. And Sairi has been off the charts. Makes it 7-0 USC on a phenomenal opening drive. 11 plays down the field, 75 yards over 6 minutes. It's 7-zip.
Superstitions, Matt?
Hi, Carly. It's a good thing Discover makes it easy to be a Big Ten fan.
Totally. I get cash back on my rally cap.
Cash back on my favorite glove.
Cash back on my Lucky Shamrock.
Cash back on my game day chicken wings.
Cash back on my one cleat.
I even earned cash back on my lucky bobblehead.
You win. Next round's on me.
Earn cash back on every purchase with Discover, the official card of the Big Ten.
No matter what kind of teeth you gotta brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head hugs them, cleans them, and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth. Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I didn't check to see if anyone was watching before I stole cotton candy from a child. Checking Allstate first was really smart. Not checking the Jumbotron, not smart. Well, at least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds. Was it worth it? Yeah.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, now serves up the all-new Big QP for just $10.99. And that's 85% more beef than some quarter-pound burger. Yeah. Hey, fast food, this is how you value meal. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Target Circle Week's back.
That's a big deal.
Wait till you see the deal of the day.
Buy one, get one half off.
Legend. Guys?
Over here. Can we keep her?
Do you think we went too big?
Nope.
Do you remember where we parked?
Nope.
It's Target Circle Week with daily deals so big you can't miss them.
Welcome to Anfield for the standout game of the weekend in the Premier League.
One of the most storied rivals in English football takes centre stage. Liverpool, Manchester United, live on USA.
7-0 start for SC. Let's bring in our rules analyst, Terry McCauley. What'd you see on that last touchdown, Terry?
Noah, this is offensive pass interference. He's blocking downfield prior to the pass and prior to the ball being touched. That crosses the line of scrimmage. Clearly a foul for offensive pass interference that should have been called.
And Jair Hill really didn't have a chance of covering him on that play.
See, Terry is raining on my parade because I love the play, and then he has to come in and correct me. And oh well.
That's what happens when someone's too good at their job.
He's right.
So 7-6.
Nonetheless, though,
what a start.
Mayava was 5 for 5 and completed passes to 5 different receivers. So distributing the football in beautiful fashion.
Lyons, Lemon, Sanders, Lane, and Jordan all catching a pass. Zaire will send it away to Andrew Marsh, who had a breakout game last week in the receiving category, and he'll let it sail over his head for a touchback. Let's go to KT.
Well, Michigan's first West Coast road trip last season was the start of their undoing. They lost 4 of their next 5 games, starting with that upset loss at Washington. So head coach Sharon Moore felt these long-haul trips left his team groggy. He changed things up this week, is treating tonight's game like a playoff game. The Wolverines arrived here in Los Angeles on Thursday, a day earlier than usual, allowing them to sleep in Friday before training at the Chargers practice facility. Both teams, as you guys mentioned, they know the implications of tonight. The path to the college football playoff is still alive for both.
Yeah, look, Michigan and Sharon Moore felt like keeping the week schedule as similar as possible was going to be paramount.
I talked to Chip Lindsey on the field, the offensive coordinator. He said it was great. It was really a great move coming out here a day early.
From the 25, play action on first down. Take the shot down the sideline a little high for Donovan McCulley. And the first miss for Bryce Underwood, who's completing just 59% of his passes, but you're seeing the growth each week.
Yeah, I mean, he threw for a career high and season high of 270 yards last week against Wisconsin. But his completion percentage is something that needs to go up. I mean, he has a lot of errant throws, but very, very talented. He's also become more of a factor in the Michigan run game. Last year when Michigan beat USC in Ann Arbor, Alex Orji was a quarterback. He only threw for 32 yards and ran for almost 300. He's a much more of a threat.
They go back-to-back passes to start this game. Dump it off Justice Haynes. The home run hitter will barely hit a single here as he picks up 2 before Marcellus Williams gets to him for this Michigan offense.
Hey, take a look. Justice Haynes has been unbelievable. 5 games, all over 100 yards. He's had an explosive big-time run in every game as well. Up front, they get Giovanni El Hadi, number 58, their left guard back. He's a captain. He's a leader. He missed their last couple games, and he is the tone setter for this Michigan offensive line.
They're also thrilled to have both their tight ends available, Marlon Klein and Hogan Hansen, who's in there on this 3rd down and 8. Underwood, quick throw, and another errant one at that, looking for Haynes. It was going to be well covered anyway by this USC defense, and it's 4th and 8.
Well, that's the kind of situation that Danton Lynn, the defensive coordinator for USC, wanted to get Michigan into. Definite 3rd and long passing situations, and there's that errant kind of throw. I mean, that's a throw that should be completed, and Bryce was just a little too fast on that one and didn't make an accurate throw. And they get the 3 and out for their defense, and couldn't have asked for a better start if you're Lincoln Riley on both sides of the ball.
So Hudson Hollenbeck will be out for his first punt, and Mekhi Lemon back deep. We'll see what Lemon can do here. High kick. Lemon will have some room from just inside the 25. And he gets tripped up at the 29. Nice play down the field as this Michigan special teams gets the job done. And Joe Taylor makes the shoestring tackle. 7:55 to play in the first. 7-0.
Compliments of the chef.
Oh?
He was so glad that he had emergency roadside service with Geico. And since they saved his bacon, he presents to you a bacon tart flambe. With Vic.
Mate, look, I don't need special treatment. I'm just happy that he's happy.
You're too humble, Mr. Gecko. Which is why we also present to you And I don't need special treatment. Run-of-the-mill grilled cheese.
Oh, now we're talking.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Get more savings in service. Get more with Geico.
Spend less for the shrimp you crave with the new Ultimate Spend Less Shrimp.
Ultimate Spend Less Shrimp? That sounds just like
garlic shrimp scampi, shrimp linguine Alfredo, and popcorn shrimp on one plate for just $15.99.
There's nothing less about that.
That's real happiness, only at Red Lobster.
Here they come, yo. Here they come. You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. I think you Venmo this, y'all. Swears that. Yo, liftily. Yo, we can make it. Hip to me. What we are, cuz what we be. Be the epitome. Do, da, dippity. You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. I think you Venmo this, y'all.
Get your Venmo debit card today with free Perplexity Pro.
My spot, mic drop. My spot, mic drop.
Hi, I'm Amy Poehler, and I'll be hosting SNL this week with Role Model.
Hi, I'm Amy Poehler. I'll be hosting SNL this week with Role Model.
Hi, I'm Amy Poehler. I think the cue cards are off.
Role Model, that kind of diva behavior doesn't fly around here.
I'm not Amy Poehler.
Oh, great. It's going to be one of those weeks.
This USC offense averaging nearly 50 points per game, led by the Beach Boys. That includes the man from Hawaii, Jaden Maiava, first in FBS in yards per completion, second in yards per game. Wayman Jordan, we saw a bunch on that first drive, 7th in the country in rush yards per game, 13th in yards per rush. And then Mekhi Levin, especially what we saw 2 weeks ago at Illinois, 117.8 yards per game, second in FBS, third in yards per reception. He was also leading the Big Ten in receiving yards after that game before the bye week last week.
Now they have a lot of places to go with the football. And so far, their offensive line off to a good start. A couple new starters up there.
This drive starts from the 29. Quick throw, Lane with a second grab. Makes 2 men miss before he just ducks down. A gain of 9 for Jacoby Lane. And again, getting him healthier, getting him back in rhythm. They call him a very unique weapon for this offense.
Well, he's a big target. You know, he's 6'4". He does a nice job stopping in the hole right there with zone defense. Stays right in there. And again, another quick throw. The ball is coming out of the hands of the quarterback quick every time. That's out of respect for this Michigan defensive front and the way they like to pressure the quarterback.
They're second in FBS in total yards per game. First in the Big Ten in points and pass yards as well as the total yards. And the rushing attack has been mighty impressive as well. They go back to the ground here, and the patient run forward is going to be about a half yard, maybe less shy, to set up 3rd and short.
I kind of got the feeling as we look at Lincoln Riley, one of the best play callers ever in college football. I kind of got the feeling this game felt like if the score stayed in the 20s, Michigan would have the best chance of winning. If the score got into the 30s, USC was going to have the advantage in trying to win the football game. Right now off to a 7-0 start.
Critical 3rd down and 1 for this defense, and they're going to get the stop. Even on that extra effort, it looked like they stood him up, and Barham was the first one to make contact. It's 4th down.
Yeah, he just ran right around the left tackle. Again, the left tackle is Tobias Raymond, number 73, right here. Watch Barham just run around him and then make a beat on the football, and he's so strong once he gets there to hold him up short. Got to allow Michigan time to substitute. There were subs on the USC offense.
Previous plays being reviewed. Making of the line the game.
That could change things. Francisco VR gives us the announcement. So with 6:09 to play in this opening quarter, I mean, this is, you can make the argument either way because of what you talked about and what the score would look like to favor a USC victory. Here's the play again. You see that line to gain is the 39-yard line. He gets wrapped up before it, and I don't think the ball ever quite reaches the 39-yard line. And again, this was called short on the field. So now it gives Lincoln Riley an extra second or so to consider whether or not he truly is going to leave his offense on the field. If you give Michigan a shorter field inside your own 40-yard line, you're giving Bryce Underwood potentially a chance to go out there and just gain a little bit of comfort and momentum after that first 3 and out.
That was a heck of a play by Barham, and also Brandon Hillman, number 6. One of the safeties came up there to help out, a big hitter in the secondary.
After reviewing the play, the ruling of shorter line to gain is upheld. It is 4th down.
So what do you do here now?
Well, I think he's going to keep his offense on the field. Now, whether he runs a play or whether he tries to go with a hard count and see if he can get a free 5 yards from this aggressive Michigan defense, we'll see. Again, when you get this kind of short yardage, I always hate to see the ball and the quarterback being off the ball 5 yards to start the play.
USC is top 10 in the country in both 3rd and 4th down percentage. They did snap it, but a whistle beforehand. It's going to be a timeout for USC.
Yeah.
Prior to the snap, first time out of the half, USC.
Again,
must not have liked the look that they saw defensively, because they were trying to snap it quick, and so it was a quick timeout by Lincoln Riley.
You can feel the urgency early in this matchup.
Still dealing with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease symptoms despite treatment? Put them in check with Rinvoq. Rinvoq works differently, and it's a once-daily pill.
When symptoms try to take control, I got rapid relief with Rinvoq. Check.
Rinvoq helped visibly repair my intestinal lining. Check.
I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
Rapid symptom relief, visible repair of the intestinal lining,
and lasting steroid-free remission. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50+ with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
This is Jess, Peloton instructor, educator, game changer. She needs her money to work as hard as she does. That's why she uses U.S. Bank Smartly checking and savings, which does exactly that, helping her track her spending and grow her money. Together, we'll achieve more than any of us could alone. You got this, Jess.
We got this.
That's the power of Jess, and this is the power of us.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I reward full-time fans. Check out this recruit, the Uberstitious. His game day rituals can change the whole game. This full-time fan deserves a Modelo.
Welcome back to Papa John's. For a very limited time, we've got free pizza. Yo, tell them what it is.
Buy any large pizza at regular menu price, get one large one-topping pizza for free.
No, like free. Yeah, we did do that.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Old ideas are everywhere. Left over from legacy thinking. If you're not careful, they can sneak into everything. But when you're not bound to the past, old ideas can't hold you back. Exquisite design with the soul of a sports car. The GV70. Welcome to Genesis.
The voice battle rounds explode with guest mentors Kelsey Ballerini, Louis Capaldi, Nick Jonas, and Lizzo. Don't miss The Voice Monday and Tuesday, 8/7 Central on NBC and Peacock. Great views of the Hollywood sign and a great crowd as expected, and now a great responsibility for Jaden Mayava to pick up this first down on 4th and 1.
You got a blocking tight end lined up kind of as a fullback to the right of Mayava. Could be quarterback run here.
Jordan shakes free. Jordan got it to the edge.
across the 45, still going, and finally stopped at the 49. What an individual effort by Wayman Jordan.
Yeah, Hillman has a shot at him in the backfield. Watch number 6 flash into the USC backfield, and he's going to have a chance for a tackle for loss, but he misses him. And you see the shiftiness of Jordan. Lincoln Riley told us he has elite side-to-side movement, and we saw it right there on that 4th and 1 run.
He said the movement, and then what he's really learned is patience, which is vital in the way they run the football in this offense. Just loves the way that he has become a much more patient back. Quick throw, Lane's 3rd catch. This time to the outside, gets across the 45 and then out of bounds. Picks up 8 yards. And Wayman Jordan, we've seen the physical traits, the shimmy shake ability on that last one, but the yards after contact, according to PFF, 3rd among power 4 backs. Ahmad Hardy, the nation's leading rusher, and then maybe the best name among running backs in the country, Hollywood Smothers, number 2.
Well, this kid's story is great, right? He went to Escambia High School in Pensacola, same school as Emmitt Smith, was not highly recruited. Hutchinson Junior College in Kansas, had a great year there last year, and now he's a Trojan.
From the 43, quick throw, quick catch, here's Lemon. Sheds 1, and then gets planted by Rolder. But this offense continues to move. This one picks up 11 and gets it deeper into Michigan territory.
Well, again, 9 runs and 8 passes, so a good blend, and then quick throws. Everything is out of the quarterback's hands quickly. He's distributing the ball all over the field. And he's got this Michigan defense back on their heels a little bit. A defense this aggressive that likes to get to the quarterback. This can be frustrating when there's so many quick throws, but Mayava looks beautiful right now.
8 for 8 start. Now it's first down from the 32. King Miller will bulldoze his way across the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Now, last year when these teams played, and Lincoln Riley said, look, they've got a lot of depth up front, but they don't have those 2 monsters like they had inside last year. I mean, you know, Graham and Grant, they were first-round draft picks, and they're a little bit different this year. They've got good players up there, but not those dominant players. Their more dominant players are on the edge as opposed to inside this year.
Empty set on 2nd down and 7. Mayava scans, lofts, sideline, incomplete. Just past the fingertips of Jacoby Lane.
Yeah, nice coverage by Jair Hill, number 20. He's got him in the slot, gets a little jam on the receiver, and then gets caught up, and would have had to have been a perfect throw to connect. One of the things that Wink Martindale said they need to try to do on these receivers and tight ends, they got to get hands on them. They got to jam them, disrupt their timing, disrupt their releases. And that time, Jair Hill did a nice job of doing that.
It results in the first incompletion for Mayava. They split Wayman Jordan out wide on this 3rd down and 7. Mayava, Barham got there, quick throw, Lake McCree with room to run. McCree got a block. Rod Moore to go down low, he lost the ball, and Michigan is there. Hill knocked it out, scooped up immediately by Derek Moore.
It was a good play, another screen, and a big-time hit by Hillman, and the ball comes out.
Recovered by the deep.
Man, this takes me back to the 2000s.
All your Y2K favorites are back for only $3 or less. Only at Taco Bell.
Turn right.
This is how you make crispy Korean fried chicken.
Wi-Fi speeds as fast as home, even when you're on the go.
superior smooth taste, worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
SandCloud chose the Capital One Spark Cash Plus card. Their business earns unlimited 2% cash back on everything they buy. They get big purchasing power so their business can spend more and earn more. What's in your wallet?
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a $269 per month lease on a 2026 HR-V two-wheel drive LX.
Battles start now.
I want some hooting and hollering.
Oh, this is a good season. Y'all gonna trip off of this.
The Voice, new Monday and Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
It's plenty sunny here in Southern California, and a moment ago, Jair Hill had the turnover buffs on. Here's why.
Time now for Big Shots brought to you by Nissan. Here's Jair Hill right now. It's man coverage. So this is actually a great call by Lincoln Riley because they get McCree's guy blocked. Jair Hill just falls in from the backside and a big-time hit. McCree did not see the hit coming, dislodged the ball, and a Michigan defense that was reeling gets a big-time play, and that's their 10th takeaway of the season so far.
They've got 34 points off of the previous 9 takeaways. First run of the game for Justice Haynes, one of the best backs in America. Came in with 654 yards and 8 touchdowns. This one's going to gain 5.
He has just been such a great acquisition for this Michigan football team. I mean, he was pretty good at Alabama. They saw him in the portal, and they jumped on him. He had a good relationship with Tony Alford, the running back coach, and he has been better than advertised as a Wolverine.
Go right back to him, and he will stumble forward for the first down to the 20-yard line. Bishop Fitzgerald couldn't get there in time for the USC D.
Devin Tompkins, number 8, is the leader of this defensive line. This is a defensive line that is extremely talented and athletic. They've got a lot of good-looking bodies. They've got to step up. And Eric Gentry, number 18, we'll see him as a linebacker and also out on the slot when they're in different packages.
Your number 2 as defensive coordinator for Danton Lynn. Underwood on the run. There's the fastball to Samaj Morgan, who has struggled with drops, 5 of them on the year, but this time he does make it a positive yardage pickup of 8.
Yeah, that's a good play all around because it's a good decision by the quarterback Underwood. He didn't have it downfield, drops it underneath, and a good job by Morgan hanging on to the football. A little confidence boost for that guy. He's a valuable guy in the slot because his real value is yards after the catch. That time he didn't have much of an opportunity to do that.
Saw the emergence of Donovan McCulley and Andrew Marsh last week in their win over Wisconsin. Here is Marsh, the talented freshman, turns it upfield, slips a tackle, gets it across the 40, and is finally spun down at the 43-yard line.
Really nice little play call by Chip Lindsey. Watch this linebacker go with the run fake. He's coming inside, and they slip Marsh out of the backfield quickly and get him the football. Nice design, quick throw for the first down.
Career high 80 yards on 4 catches last week. There's a handoff up the middle, and Haynes' stutter step move gets to the 45.
No, Noah, you mentioned that Michigan ran for 290 yards against SC last year. And I went back and watched that film this morning. They had 3 runs that really made up most of that yardage. 157 yards on 3 runs, 2 of them long touchdowns. The backbreaker is 63-yarder with under 2 minutes to play by Kalel Mullings. But for 43 carries, they only averaged 3 yards per carry. USC was pretty good most of the game.
Underwood to the air on 2nd down and 7 to the outside. It's caught by Marsh, and that's a first down.
Against Wisconsin, Marsh was targeted 4 times, and he made 4 catches. And we talked to Underwood about him. He said, hey, look, we came in at the same time. We've worked together. We have very good chemistry on and off the field, and it's showing in big-time situations now.
Justice Haynes runs into a wall, and he'll be marked down at the 42-yard line, picks up 6 yards. You said Underwood Marsh, McCulley, and offensive coordinator Chip Lindsey all came in at the same time. It's been great for their development. And now Michigan looking to take advantage of the early turnover after SC's offense looked unstoppable early. 7-0 after one. You're watching Big Ten Saturday Night on NBC.
When it comes to innovation, these two don't play by the book. They rewrite it. Don't sweat the technique. Lions. Chiefs. Sunday Night Football on NBC and Peacock.
Earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 this Saturday and Sunday. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend in-store and online. Saturday and Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Minnesota Rusco is celebrating 70 years in business, and we're offering you 70% off labor. That's right, for a limited time, take 70% off labor on bathrooms, kitchens, windows, siding, roofing, decks, and doors. Plus, no payments and no interest until 2027. To take advantage of this special 70th anniversary sale, call Minnesota Rusco and make your appointment today.
We're Minnesota Rusco since 1955.
James is a man in love, but he's a man who's been burned by love before. So he believes keeping a close watch on his spending helps him resist temptation. Wells Fargo gets the logic and helps him track spending in their mobile app. However you make money work, we can work with that. Keep walking, James. Keep walking.
Earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 this Saturday and Sunday. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend in-store and online. Saturday and Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Watch the team you trust for what matters most. KARE 11 News at 6.
Before the second quarter between USC and Michigan, it's time for a Papa John's game break. We head to the Deep South Soul, this rivalry in Auburn. Jackson Arnold scores from 2 yards out. The Tigers 0-2 in the SEC, but an early lead on number 10, Georgia. Noah?
All right, John. Aerial coverage brought to you by Ford. Ready, set, Ford. 1 quarter of the books, 7-0 SC in front, and we're here in the broadcast booth. It looked like it was going to be a runaway train for that SC offense, but a big play for Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan didn't look like they had any answers, but they got the big hit by Jair Hill. They got the turnover. They've been doing that all season, and now a little momentum for their offense. Got it back to their identity of running the ball with Justice Haynes, a little more big personnel with 2 tight ends, and got a nice drive going right now.
Felt like a couple first downs for Bryce Underwood was crucial.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, they came out trying to throw early, maybe to try to get his feet on the ground. Didn't have a great start, but he looks a lot more comfortable at this point.
So, big play to start this second quarter. 2nd down and 6 just into Trojan territory for this Michigan offensive attack. Coming off the turnover, Jair Hill with a big hit, recovered by Derek Moore. Now Justice Haynes trying to find his rhythm. 4 carries on this drive for 19 yards. And we've got the cheerleaders still on the field down there. Come on. It's a big game. This is essentially a play-in game.
Again, Michigan in what is known as 12 personnel, which means 1 back and 2 tight ends. So they've got Klein, number 17, and Bredesen, who's actually lined up like a fullback. This is the formation they used primarily a year ago in Ann Arbor.
It's Haynes looking to bounce. Got a block. Justice Haynes, first down.
Great block by McCauley. McCauley has become the go-to receiver. He's a big-bodied receiver, and he had a big-body block out in front. There it is right in the top of the screen, blocking outside. And Justice Haynes with vision just set that block up beautifully. McCauley actually got 2 guys with one block.
It was 2 for the price of 1. Fitzgerald, the initial that he engaged, and then Ramsey got the friendly fire on the back end of it, making his return after food poisoning kept him out of the Illinois game. But a big return for this SC defense. This time, Haynes has stood up. Jakeem Stewart, talk about a talented freshman. The sky is the limit for this young man.
Yeah, kind of scary. This guy should still be in high school. He reclassified, and he gets quickness and power into the backfield and swallows up Justice Haynes.
He's 6'5", 290. At 12 years old, he was about 360 pounds, and he has trained into this shape. As you mentioned, he only played 12 high school games. He's supposed to be a senior this year, reclassified, and is already making an impact. Quick throw to Marsh. He bobbled and got it back. And then the juke move gets him across the 30 before Gentry had to track him down with a shoestring tackle.
And another nice block by McCauley, blocking on Kamari Ramsey, number 7. Watch the block by McCauley. Marsh sets it up, gets inside of it, and brings up a 3rd and manageable situation right now for the Michigan offense.
Marsh.
Yeah. Bryce Underwood, when we saw them in week 1, he did not run the ball at all, but he's become a much bigger part of their run game in the last 4 games.
And a flag. Eric Gentry pointing towards that left side of the offensive line.
False start. 17 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
And it's the tight end Klein.
Now, those are mental mistakes that really hurt you because you're 3rd down and 4. Now you go back to 3rd and 9, and it's almost assuredly a passing situation. Klein's in the slot right here.
Gentry saw it right away. So now 3rd down and 9 from the 32-yard line. Underwood, pressure off the edge. Underwood can't get away. Fitzgerald came in on the angle and got to the big quarterback.
Yeah, he kind of fooled the freshman quarterback because he looked like he was just going to drift out. Here he is. Look, his eyes are outside. He drifts outside, and then he blitzes off the edge, unaccounted for, and chases down Underwood from behind. Excellent call on 3rd and 9. And again, the 5-yard penalty changed that situation dramatically for Bryce Underwood.
Changed that situation, and then the penalty combined with the sack, you went from 3rd down and 4 to 4th and 20 and out of field goal range. Yeah. So now you've got to punt it with Hollenbeck, and Lemon will be back at his own 10 to take it in. And this one angling. Lemon fakes like he's going there, and the roll is going to take it out of bounds at the 10-yard line. So USC will start from their own 10, holding on to this 7-0 cushion early second.
Target Circle Week's back.
That's a big deal. Wait till you see the deal of the day.
Buy one, get one half off.
Legend. Guys?
Over here. Can we keep her?
Do you think we went too big?
Nope.
Do you remember where we parked?
Nope.
It's Target Circle Week with daily deals so big you can't miss them.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I didn't check if doing the Georgia bark at my boss would be appropriate. Go, dogs.
Yeah. So we need
And it's not. Checking Allstate first was smart. Barking at my boss, dumb. At least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds.
Hey, Bark Boy.
These guys are crazy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, watch me. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy.
We put it through the worst, so you get its best. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality.
I don't think they'll take that here.
Of course they take Discover. It's accepted in 99% of places.
99%? I didn't know that.
You're stuck in the past, baby.
You're the one who owns 13 pairs of parachute pants?
Well, fashion is cyclical. They'll be back. Right? Hopefully.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide. Earn cash back at all of them.
Streaming now. Peacock brings home the dragon-sized streaming event of the year. How to Train Your Dragon. Rated PG. Streaming now only on Peacock.
Time for another Papa John's game break to College Station. 5th-ranked Texas A&M unbeaten on the season, and Le'Veon Moss has been making plays like this all along the way. 22-yard score. Aggies up 7 on Florida, Noah and Todd.
It's only right that we get game breaks as we look now at the United Cam from Papa John himself. Papa John Fanta, that is, became a new father this summer with his wonderful son Andrew, his fantastic wife Victoria. Congratulations to them, but Papa John getting it done for us as well.
Absolutely.
So this drive will start from the 10 for this USC attack. Wayman Jordan, and he'll pick up 4. The Trojans had it rolling in that last drive before the hit on McCree to force the fumble. A little bobble here.
Yeah, it was a bobble on the snap. It wasn't on the handoff. It was just Maeva kind of mishandled the snap, got it to his back, rolled or showed up in the backfield, and Jordan still able to get forward for 4 yards.
Empty set on 2nd down and 6. Maeva 9 of 10, 106 yards, and the touchdown on the first drive. This one over the middle, he just put it in the perfect spot. Walker Lyons, the soft spot in between 2, picks up 21 yards.
Well, first of all, there's a blitz here. Tight end's running right into this voided area. You see the other guy split. Maeva sees it and gets it out of his hands right away. Just exactly what he needed to do. Saw the defense, saw the pressure, and knew there was a voided area there with the blitz.
So a fresh set of downs. This USC offense already 169 total yards. Looking for more with Jordan. Runs into the bear hug of Hausman and gets it to the 41-yard line.
You know, again, I went back and watched that game from last year. With about 8 minutes left in the first half, USC only had 14 yards of total offense.
Jacoby Lane has a first down.
A little different thing going on here tonight.
You talked about Lincoln Riley just as a play caller.
Yeah.
It is so difficult to try to figure out what he's thinking, because every time you think he might run it, that's when he throws in the pass, and vice versa.
Well, and it's 12 and 12 right now. 12 runs, 12 passes. You can't get any more balance than that. And Maeva is just kind of orchestrating, just distributing the ball to a lot of different targets.
6 different receivers on his 11 completions so far. Miller will split out. Play clock under 5 for this first down. Good protection, tipped at the line, and it was dangerous. Lions did have a chance at it, and it's harmlessly incomplete for SC.
Yeah, again, trying to get it to the tight end right away. I think it was Derek Moore, number 8. He gets a hand on the football. And I think if Jimmy Rolder would have made a play at the ball instead of going for the tackle, he might have had the second turnover of the ball game.
For Michigan, this their second, really third big road test, but the second highly ranked type of vibe, and one that could really matter for playoff implications. That was a backward pass that got scooped off the ground, but it's going to be a loss of a couple for the freshman Tanook Hines.
Well, this is unbelievable by Barham. Watch Barham disrupt the receiver coming in motion. Here's Barham. He's going to fight off the block of the left tackle and then knock the receiver off his route, and that forced the problem. And I think he got a tip on the ball as well. I mean, you can't do more on that play than Jason Barham did.
He has been, as Derek Moore described him, his former teammate in high school at St. Francis Academy in Baltimore, the X factor for opposing offenses. The scouting report has to be solely centered around Barham, especially now as he's coming off the edge. Because it was tipped, I'd imagine that this has to go back to the original line of scrimmage and would be a 3rd and 10. And that's exactly what it's going to look like. They're going to look at it. I'd be curious if Terry has any info on that. If it gets tipped, does it still count as a backward pass, or is it just incomplete?
Well, it depends on where it's tipped, Noah. If it's tipped behind the release point, then it's a backward pass. If it's tipped in front of the release point, then it's a forward pass.
So what do you see on this?
I haven't seen anything obvious that says the ruling on the field is wrong. They ruled it a backward pass. I haven't seen anything down the line to change that. So it really should be upheld as best I can tell.
And the other thing, if it is directly down that line, it's counted as a backwards pass as well. So it'll take a couple angles at this. It does make a difference of a couple yards for this third down. It might be 3rd and 10, or it could be 3rd and 12 or 13 based on where they spot this football. Bryce Underwood, productive drive on the previous, but the penalty and then the sack knocked him out of field goal range, so still 0 on the board for this Michigan offense. This Michigan defense has been stout through the season so far. 16.2 points per game allowed, less than 80 rushing yards allowed, which is top 10 in the country. And the passing defense has been okay, not necessarily up to their standard. And a lot of that is inexperience in the back line, and they had been missing Rod Moore up until the last couple of weeks.
Very young at corner, a lot of different guys kind of shuffling through there. Again, Wink Martindale playing a lot of players, and he gets Rod Moore back, who is like a coach on the field. This could be a big stop for his defense right here. They kind of gotten themselves back in the ball game, even though they're behind 7-0. They kind of got their feet on the ground a little bit more.
Francisco VR looks like he's got the call.
The pass was backwards, recovered by USC at the 39-yard line by rule. The play is dead at that spot. Be 3rd down for USC, the 39-yard line.
I don't think the play's supposed to be dead at that spot. I would assume Terry can
like a live ball.
Yeah,
right?
Terry, he could pick that up, right?
Absolutely, it's a backward pass. Anybody can pick it up. It's certainly not dead at that spot because it was ruled backward on the field. They let him advance as they should. We're certainly not going to bring the ball back to that spot.
Well, this really hurts USC because it backs them up and now is a 3rd and long situation to try to convert.
Instead of 3rd and 13 or so, 3rd and 12, it's 3rd and 17 from the 39-yard line. McCree stays in the backfield with Jordan. Let's see how conservative they stay or if they try to let it rip.
Barham is over the center right now instead of on the edge.
They bring 4. Mayava. Jump pass is dropped by Jordan. He had Sullivan fully in pursuit, and Michigan gets the stop.
3rd and long. They change up Barham. Here he is right here. Now watch. He's going to kind of stunt around the outside, and right into Mayava. Mayava was going to leave the pocket, and Barham was right there in his path, and he had to get rid of the football.
Jayshon Barham. He was called for a targeting in the second half against New Mexico and held him out of the first half of week 2 at Oklahoma. That was a huge loss for this defense against an excellent quarterback in John Mateer, who really made them pay by getting out of a couple of what looked like should be sacks. Samaj Morgan calls for the fair catch. He will make it inside the 15. A beautiful day in Southern California. The moon is peeking out. The birds are chirping. And USC up 7-0.
Old ideas are everywhere. Left over from legacy thinking. If you're not careful, they can sneak into everything. But when you're not bound to the past, old ideas can't hold you back. Exquisite design with the soul of a sports car. The GV70. Welcome to Genesis.
Carne asada is back at Chipotle.
It's our best steak ever.
Fresh, no bad stuff.
With garlic,
cumin, coriander. It's super tender.
Juicy. People love it. And it's so good with our new red chimichurri. You're going to want to put it on everything. 10 out of 10 flavor.
It's native. Good gods, I love native. Yo, we should give this to the mortals. You deserve native deodorant. It's got 6 clean ingredients. And it smells divine. It's not a myth.
It's native. T-Mobile has the best network. That's why there's no better place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them.
Hold on. Is this big enough? We should have music, lights, banners. I mean, you gotta feel it.
Get the most powerful iPhone ever on the best network. I sure dance.
This is big. At T-Mobile, get the incredible new iPhone 17 Pro on us on the best network. No more coffee for Zoe.
I stand alone with fire inside. This heart's a drum. I won't subside. Against the odds, I'll rise again with passion burning in my veins. I got what you want, I got it. I got what you need, I got it. All my love, I say, I'm gonna be one of the great. It's a real thing.
Big Ten Saturday Night is brought to you by Coca-Cola. Fan work is thirsty work. By Genesis Motor America. Learn more at genesis.com. And by T-Mobile. Well, Michigan and USC have met in the regular season just 3 times before this, twice in the 50s and last year in Ann Arbor, where Michigan took down USC 27-24 behind Kalel Mullings and 290 rushing yards. Now Michigan could really use some of that rushing attack here to set themselves up and get a score on the board.
Yeah, so far USC doing a pretty good job against their run, only 13 yards. Of course, the sack on the last possession added to that.
On first down, it's Justice Haynes. And that is exactly what he's done all year. Another run of over 10 yards. This one goes for 13.
Yeah, he just has such good vision and acceleration. I mean, you've got to respect Underwood. That's why the guy coming off the edge didn't make the tackle. He's got to respect the quarterback run, and Haynes shows you that acceleration and gets forward for the first down. Now Michigan with an extra offensive lineman in. They did this a lot in the game a year ago. 6 offensive linemen on the field.
You see the rushes of 40+. That was also his 15th run of 10+ yards on the season. Sets up first down from the 27. And he's going to chew up a couple more. Haynes just disappears into that pile. They'll mark him down at the 34-yard line, picks up 7.
Well, they ran to that side with the heavy unit. Blake Frazier, number 77, is lined up as a tight end. And that's right where they ran, right behind those guys. 3 offensive linemen. And then they pull El Hadi from the opposite side. That's Michigan power football. And Haynes running with strength.
Jerome Moore said that there is a cemented blueprint of how they want to do things, but he's not as stuck to it as maybe he was in the past. And this is the difference. The rip a little bit short from Underwood as he was looking for Morgan on the outside. He was open, too, for a first down.
Yeah, and again, just an inaccurate throw by Bryce Underwood. And this is an easy throw. He's open, and he just short-armed it, and he brings up a third down. And those are things you just hope that you see him make steady improvement on. But coming into the game, yes, there's been improvement, but still 59% completion percentage. Not good enough.
He's 5 of 8, 43 yards to start today. It's a 3rd down and 3. Haynes. And he looks like he's got it. Just slipped through, slithering his way across for the first down.
That's a running back who knew exactly how much he needed. Because watch at the end. He knows he's going to get tackled, and he dives for the mark. He doesn't try to be fancy at the end of this run. Heck of a run by Justice Haynes. We've seen the breakaway runs, none any better than that one right there.
So sets up shop, first down from the 38. Feed the hot hand. Haynes, the stutter step, what looked like it easily could have been a loss, turns into a 2-yard gain as Crawford makes the tackle. And Haynes is feeling it after that one. Meanwhile, there's a USC player down. That's Floyd Boucard, a freshman from Montreal. So Haynes will be looked at over on the side, and Boucard will do the same on the field in downtown LA.
Let it storm, let it thunder, high as a mountain, deep as a river, come rain or come shine.
Okay, Nate, it's just one smile, okay? One smile, and then we can go home, okay? No, that's too much teeth.
Nate, come on.
You gotta look at the camera, honey.
Nate, listen to your mother.
Buddy, look up, okay? No, that's too far up. This isn't working. DeVito, you're in.
Tommy DeVito, backup Nate.
If only there were backups in real life.
Hey guys, follow me on this one.
But at least there's Progressive to protect your home and auto.
See? Now that's a smile. Okay, now everybody look at DeVito on this one.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, is now available with the all-new Big QP, fries, bottomless chips and salsa, and a bottomless drink, all for just $10.99. So if you're McDone with tiny, overpriced burgers, just come to Chili's. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Your pride and joy is measured in acres. Keep them looking their best with versatile Sidekick utility vehicles, professional-grade mowers for a professional cut, and the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S.
Good?
Yeah.
Really good.
On the couch you bought. Then I get down. I took a cool like
I know what you're thinking. Here's Kristen Bell on a luxurious vacation with her pretend kids. But I'm really here for all the points I get with my City Strata Elite card. I live for a fancy dinner where I don't have any idea what I'm eating. But what I really love, 6 times the points. Just eat your points, sweetie. I love you more than all the stars in the sky. And slightly more than all the points I'm earning.
City Strata Elite. Rewards where it counts. That's the point.
Well, the good news, we did see Floyd Boucard get up and walk off on his own power. Here's what happened. He got rolled up on there by Jake Guarnera. And then this was a couple plays back, about 3 or 4 plays ago. This was where we first started seeing Justice Haynes struggling just a little bit. Awkward hit. You see, he got up kind of feeling for his ribs, and he's off the field now. Moments ago, he made his way to the medical tent, which means Jordan Marshall is now on the field for the first time. Haynes has 51 of 83 Michigan offensive yards. Underwood knocked away by Gentry.
Well, Gentry looks like a velociraptor out there. I mean, he's 6'6" as an outside linebacker with a 71-inch wingspan. Here he is. So you're not going to throw it over this guy. You got to figure out a way to throw it around him. And Bryce Underwood not able to get this ball thrown, and lucky it didn't get intercepted.
You know, he's got many nicknames. Gentry, one of them is Angry Giraffe. He looked like it there. 3rd and 7 from the 41. Good protection for Underwood. Rips it. It's caught by McCulley. First down.
A man coverage, and you go to your guy who's good at making contested catches. You expect tight coverage. He's got good coverage by Nicholson, number 17, but you give him a chance because he's proven himself in that situation.
Play action now. Underwood uncourts. It's Marsh.
Best throw of the game so far now. Watch, he's going to roll out. We've seen him have to dump it underneath, but he sees Marsh uncover and balls out quick. And just with the flick of the wrist, he gets it to Marsh. 2 good throws in a row.
Marshall's first carry gets dragged down across the 30 down to the 29-yard line as he'll pick up 2.
Marshall is a very capable back. He doesn't have the breakaway speed that Justice Haynes has. But he had a big bowl game against Alabama, ran for over 100 yards. Haynes has been a real mentor to him since he got here. They have a great relationship. And right now, the game's a little bit on Marshall's shoulders.
Yeah, Justice gave Jordan so much credit for how welcoming he's been to make him feel comfortable. Here's a big one for Marshall. Good hole, finds it to the 20.
This is more of his style. He's a grinder. He's an in-between-the-tackle runner. Get out of Cincinnati, Ohio.
Not sure that Morgan was set, and yeah, they did throw that flag. Morgan looked like he was looking toward the sideline, and Underwood didn't have enough patience for his wide receiver there.
false start for 0 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
And it's a little bit on both of those guys. I mean, Underwood's got to make sure his team is set. They were trying to go with a quick count. And then there was confusion on the part of Morgan whether he should be on the ball or off the ball. And the result is a 5-yard penalty near the red zone. The last time they were down in this area, the sack is what knocked them out, and a penalty. And here's another penalty.
So now 1st and 15 from the 24. Bredesen generally leads the way. You follow 4-4, the ball tends to do the same. And that's what happens here. Bredesen gets the block, and Marshall gets back to the initial line of scrimmage at the 19.
Now Bredesen with a nice block on Desmond Stevens, the middle linebacker, number 23. Here's the middle linebacker, Bredesen, follow 4-4. You're going to find where the ball is going most of the time. At least get that penalty yardage back. 12 personnel now again. 2 tight ends in, but they are out wide in formation. So it's a passing formation with big bodies.
Design run, Underwood showing off the wheels. Stiff arm on the outside, and it's a 1st and goal for Michigan.
Nice call by Chip Lindsey. Spread this USC defense out. You've got wide receivers on both sides. There's a blitz. It's picked up nicely by Marshall. And again, the running ability of Bryce Underwood, as this season has gone on, has become more of a factor, particularly in this part of the field.
Came in with 181 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns. You see the difference of the last 3 games versus the first 2, averaging over 62 yards per game in the last couple. Hoffman, the motion man, handoff from Marshall, patient run, tried to get out of that tackle and couldn't, gets planted at the line of scrimmage.
I thought Underwood was going to keep this one as well. Looked like he had some room to the outside had he kept the football. Gives on the inside to Marshall. Good defense by USC. Again, how will they play in the trenches? They bring the young freshman, Jakeem Stewart, back in, number 4, on the inside of that defense.
And they've got one-on-one coverage. McCulley at the top. Play action. Underwood's looking that way. Back of the end zone. There he is. McCulley, touchdown. Michigan is on the board. Michigan's defense has come alive, and now their offense has responded. A 14-play drive brings out Zvada for the extra point. 7-all.
Well, it's max protection. You got 2 tight ends in the game. You're going to keep them both in. Watch, these 2 tight ends are going to both stay in. It's a crossing route, and he had either one of them. He had Marsh to his right. He had McCulley to his left. He goes to the bigger receiver and makes a beautiful throw. And McCulley comes down with the touchdown. Both receivers had separation. They had 7 guys in protection. And Bryce Underwood delivers with the touchdown.
We hear so much from
For USC, number 30 is now number 96.
Sharon Moore and this coaching staff, from his teammates, that he doesn't make the same mistake twice. And we've seen in this game, there was so much talk about his fastballs, the way that he threw the football last week that resulted in some of the drops. As you said, that's a beautiful touch pass right there in the back of the end zone for the freshman.
Yeah, and the other thing about him, as we see Justice Haynes heading to the locker room, is the moment just does not seem too big for him, you know, and he just seems like he's okay in any situation. And that was a nice answer to tie this football game up here late in the second quarter.
Michigan deferred, so they're going to get the football to start the second half. So now a critical drive here for USC. Sunderland is going to send it away from Michigan. King Miller will take it from the 5. And Miller gets crunched at the 25. Time now for the Papa John's game break. Here's John Fanta.
Noah, we talk about the Big 12. Texas Tech looking like the best team in this league because you got a running back like Cameron Dickey who can flat out fly. He is gone. Red Raiders up 14 on Kansas. Joey McGuire's team undefeated.
Yeah, what a season for them so far. They are, as John said, the bona fide team out of that conference right now and firmly in the playoff picture.
And you can say anything you want about NIL and, you know, what they did to get players, but they are a good football team. I mean, they are playing well on both sides of the football, and Joey McGuire has done a great job there at Tech.
Raymond Jordan on first down from the 25. He'll pick up 2 as he runs into Cole Sullivan, one of the most improved players. Sharon Moore said it before the season. He expected him to be a surprise, and now Jordan comes up limping. We just saw Justice Haynes going back toward the locker room, and Jordan's going to have to hop off the field.
Yeah, 2 of the best runners in this Big Ten conference.
And he goes right down immediately on the sideline. So King Miller is in. Jordan and Haynes both top 10 in the country in rush yards coming in. Mayava flushed on 2nd and 8. On the run to the sideline.
Down.
They're going to call this.
Yeah, that's a catch. Mekhi Lemon just does a beautiful job knowing where the sideline is. Only has to have 1 foot in, and there it is. Left foot looks to be in, right foot also, and a catch on the sideline.
So first down from the 45, up to Miller, middle. It is Miller across the 40, and he gets taken down at the 37. So he picks up 8, and now this USC offense humming again, heading to the 2-minute timeout.
And they have the 2-minute timeout coming right now, and they have 2 timeouts in their pocket. So a good situation for Jaden Mayava.
It has turned into a Big Ten battle between 2 teams desperate for a victory at the midway point of the season. 7 up with 2 to play in the first half.
Walmart deals are happening October 7th through 12th. And they're big.
Oh my.
Gourd. Like, really big. Save big on tech, fashion, toys, home, beauty, and more.
Wow.
October 7th through 12th. Hurry. These deals are going to fly on by. Oh, yeah. They're big. Save really big. Online and in-store. October 7th through 12th. Only at Walmart.
All right. Same thing?
Yup. This is our year.
You know, if getting AT&T's best deal on the new iPhone 17 Pro without needing the most expensive plan taught me anything, it's that switching things up can be a good call. So how about we try something that's timeless?
Oh, yeah. Good call. Ooh. Get the all-new iPhone 17 Pro on us. Designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet. Most expensive plan not required.
So this is my favorite room, my chunky mantry. Got my guy TV cooking some chili dog mac.
What did you do to my pantry?
It was him. Chunky, soup that eats like a meal.
Buy the Old Spice NFL collection.
Buy the Old Spice NFL collection.
No, like this. Old Spice NFL collection.
Old Spice NFL collection.
Old Spice NFL collection.
Old Spice NFL collection.
Okay.
We got loose. Come on, we got to bring him home. Get up onside him. Get ready. Here comes. Yeah, turn him now.
Someone once said, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right.
I'm back. Did you miss me?
Where are you going?
Firework went off at our gender reveal party.
When you get home later, you can find out together and...
Hey, girl day.
It's in my mouth.
St. Dennis Medical, November 3rd on NBC and Peacock.
7 apiece with 2 minutes to play in this second quarter. Let's go moments ago early on this drive. Raymond Jordan was fighting for some yardage, and he gets rolled up right on what looks like his left side. As he was continuing to fight, he hopped off and went immediately to the medical tent. That's where he is now. As ahead of this 2nd down and 2, Miller has come in to spell him.
We talked about coming into this game. I was just fascinated to watch the chess match between Lincoln Riley as a play caller, Wink Martindale, defensive play caller. Both guys have so much respect for one another and the jobs they do.
So 2 timeouts. 2 minutes to play in the second. And Miller is wrapped up. That extra effort is going to put him close to the first down. Hausman had him at the waist. And it looks like they mark him maybe inches short.
Yeah, Hausman was lined up on the edge, did a great job of shedding the block, keeping his outside arm free. That's just textbook fundamental defense when you have that edge to protect.
USC, as mentioned, extremely proficient during the season on third down. Just 2 of 5 so far here tonight. 3rd and 1. It's Miller, and it's a first down.
Maava did a nice job of just kind of riding this in a little extra half second. That just makes the defense respect him as a runner. Watch the handoff. He just rides it in just a little extra long, and I think that caused Derek Moore to just kind of respect the quarterback and wasn't able to stop the 3rd and 1.
Empty set.
Now we got to watch the seams and the slots here in this USC passing game.
1 minute to play. Second quarter. Rusher up the middle. Leave it for Miller. Oh, the spin move. He lost him inside the 30. Hill had his ankles broken.
Jair Hill has had a busy night tonight. Some good, some bad. Here's a bad one. Just a missed tackle. And Wink Martindale said our ability to tackle in space is going to be huge tonight.
It's Miller up the gut. 5 straight touches. Productive for another first down. And Hillman lost his helmet. He's going to have to go to the sideline.
Well, typically Eli Sanders, number 1, is the next back in for USC, but King Miller is giving him some good options right now.
And not a great look at Wayman Jordan as he continues to get looked at and less than ideal.
Yeah. How about that? The top 2 rushers in this game in the league, both. A real question mark for the rest of this game.
Now first down from the 21. 25 seconds remaining in the second. Michigan brings some pressure. Lob it. Miller sets up his blocking. Spins close to the first down. Mangum finally got there, and yes, they're going to call it. Meanwhile, Zeke Berry's helmet went flying. They pick up 9 to the 12. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
Well, another nice screen. Good touch pass by Maava. Had to really get that up in the air, get linemen downfield, and again, the quick throws by this USC offense and the use of screens has just kind of offset the aggressiveness of this defense.
So USC taking a lot of time off this clock. Coming up on the Xfinity halftime report. Georgia down to Auburn early as the SEC continues to beat up on one another. Indiana, a huge win, the biggest win in program history. And Penn State loses Drew Aller for the season. That and more with everybody back in the studio. A lot going on within the college football world. So now here we are at the Coliseum with 2 teams that with a win put themselves
right in
squarely in position for a college football playoff conversation down the stretch of the season. You've got 15 seconds and 1 timeout for USC coming up here. Michigan will get the football to start the second half. We see Wayman Jordan right there, who doesn't look like he's putting any pressure on his left side.
Off too.
We saw Justice Haynes go back to the locker room on the other side for Michigan. So the top 2 rushers in the Big Ten likely out, at least for the foreseeable future. But here you are, 15 seconds and a timeout for SC.
Well, this is where you trust your quarterback, right? You even though you got the 1 timeout, you don't want to take a sack. You call something. I mean, you can do whatever you want. You could run it here, and this is, I wouldn't put it past Lincoln to run on this play, knowing he's got a timeout, and then maybe take a shot at the end zone. It's 2nd and short. 15 seconds, you've got at least 2 plays, if not a 3rd play, with 1 timeout.
Maava in this game, 15 of 18, 167 yards, and a touchdown on the opening drive. That went to Jacoby Lane, who's got 4 catches. Makai Lemon's got 3 catches, 51 yards. Jordan had 11 carries for 40. Justice Haynes had 10 carries for 51, but it's been the backups. Jordan Marshall came in for Michigan, gave him 4 carries for 17 yards, eventually resulted in the Underwood touchdown to McCulley, and now USC trying to do the same, and they're going to have to do it without that guy, Wayman Jordan, who's going to be taken back on a cart.
Well, in this part of the field now, Jacoby Lane is 6'4". He's the big target. Makai Lemon has been the most productive receiver all season. A lot of times they'll put him in motion and try to get him on the move and into a route. And you've got two big, good receiving tight ends. A lot of options at this part of the field for Jaden Mayava.
That includes the two tight ends, as mentioned. Lions at 6'4", 245. McCree at 6'4", 250.
The runner was short of the line to gain. It will be second down. USC has declined 10-second subtraction for the helmet off of number 10. Number 10 must sit out a play. The clock will start on the snap.
So we saw Zeke Berry lost his helmet on the end of that last play.
18 seconds.
So they will get a couple seconds back, up to 18 seconds to work with and one timeout.
So you got Lemon by himself out to the wide side of the field. That's him. Here's Jacoby Lane, the big receiver, in the boundary. And then you got both tight ends right here. 4 targets. And Michigan wants to call timeout. They want to see the personnel first of all, and then the formation.
Michigan, 30 seconds.
Jaden Mayava, 15 of 18, 167 yards and a touchdown. But the thing he's done is get rid of the ball quick. A lot of screens, a lot of quick throws, respecting this Michigan defense and how they get after the quarterback. And you just don't give them a chance to affect the quarterback when you throw it this quick. A year ago in Ann Arbor, they pressured Miller Moss 22 times. Well, they haven't been able to pressure Mayava at all tonight, and mainly because Lincoln Riley has caught a lot of quick throws and the ball's out of his hands.
And Wink Martindale knew what he had last year with those interior defensive linemen, so the pressure wasn't even necessarily on heavy blitz packages. Yeah. They just got pressure naturally, a lot of times rushing 4. Different story so far today, and a lot of credit to this USC offensive line for the way they protected their quarterback.
Same formation for USC. They didn't change anything.
They split Miller out wide on second down and 1. 18 seconds left in the second.
Could be quarterback run here, too.
Mayava scans. Mayava throws. End zone. Lemon! Oh! He makes the grab! Touchdown, SC!
He ended up being in the slot, working on a true freshman, Jaden Sanders. The safety, Rod Moore, was over the top to help if the route went inside, but the route went outside, and Mayava put the ball right on the money.
Zaire extra point makes it 14-7.
Take a look at this now. You're going to see there's a safety here to help this guy if the route goes inside. But the route goes outside, so it ends up being one-on-one against a freshman. And Mayava gets him the football. It was pretty good coverage by Jaden Sanders. But you know what? Even if a guy's covered, you give a great receiver an opportunity to make a play. I mean, that's excellent coverage and a wonderful effort and concentration by Makai Lemon, one of the best receivers in the Big Ten.
Yeah, that's just special from Makai Lemon.
My goodness. It looks better each time I see it.
The extension. I mean, come on. You ask Lincoln Riley about this kid. He talks about his football IQ and how he can coach him differently than maybe some of the other players on the field. You match that football IQ up with his physical abilities, and he's turned himself into one of the best receivers in the country. And not just an NFL receiver, but he's shooting up draft boards to be a first-round pick NFL receiver.
Well, his last game 2 weeks ago in a losing effort at Illinois, 11 catches, 151 yards, and 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. They actually had the lead late in that ball game thanks to him. And he's picked up right where he left off a week ago. 4 catches now on 4 targets, 63 yards in that touchdown.
Zaire will send it away from Marsh. And this one will be fielded with a fair catch at the 2. Cue the music up. After 25 years, the NBA returns to NBC, starting with a tip-off of the 2025 season on Tuesday, October 21st, only on NBC and streaming on Peacock. That'll include right down the road with the Lakers and the Warriors. So 14 seconds. Remember, Michigan will get it to start the second half. You see the 2 timeouts for USC. They were awarded that timeout back after the confusion. You had the helmet pop off. They made the measurement, everything. So they were not charged a timeout. They just declined the 10-second runoff. And 14 seconds, you've got to imagine Michigan will be fairly conservative here. And they will be. The handoff, Marshall up the middle. And he'll gain 4 yards before Shelby stops him in his tracks. What a first half. Big Ten battle. A lot of action between these two teams. And USC holds a 14-7 lead after 2 behind the arm of that man. Jaden Mayava, 16 of 19, 179, and 2 touchdowns for Lincoln Riley, who's standing by with KT.
Coach, a great balanced attack for your offense in the first half, but with your top 2 running backs battling injuries, how do you plan to continue that in the second?
I might have to carry the ball some, so no, we're doing a good job. We're playing well up front. Backs are running hard. We got to use the guys that are available. No excuses. That's that kind of game.
Defensively, a little bit of momentum there for Michigan late in that quarter. How do you plan to slow that down in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, 7 points. You know, we've held them down largely. Had a lot of big stops. We got to play a little bit better in the red zone, a little bit better on some of the third downs, but a good half defensively.
Coach, thanks very much.
Good news for USC defensively. Only 72 rush yards allowed to this Michigan offense that put up 290 last year. Studio Crew is next. 14-7 at the half.
Papa Murphy's dares you to turn up the sweet and the heat with 3 bold new ways to pizza. Introducing the Ultimate Pepperoni with Mike's Hot Honey for flavor lovers and heat seekers alike. For just $9.99, you can start with the bold. Our Ultimate Pepperoni with 2 types of pep, or turn it up with the bolder. Ultimate Pepperoni drizzled with Mike's Hot Honey, or go all in with the boldest. Ultimate Pepperoni with Mike's Extra Hot Honey. 1 hot oven, 3 bold pizzas. Each just $9.99. Only at Papa Murphy's.
It's the simplest expression. The smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. An upturn of the mouth. A brightening of the eyes. So easy. Making this the house with the best snacks. Kidless for the night. Like you're 20 again. A smile lights it up. Understands it all. Apologizes. Makes everything okay. And welcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between 2 people is a smile.
Thank you.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
I'm Cece Gaines, and I'm proud to call Minnesota home.
Welcome to the Xfinity Halftime Report.
9-play, 75-yard drive ending with this. Jaden Mayava to Makai Lemon. Chris Sims, are you impressed?
I am. That was a clutch drive, and this Makai Lemon gives me Amon-Ra St. Brown vibes when I watch him. Yes.
Okay. High compliment there. Welcome to the Xfinity Halftime Report. Joshua Perry, Chris Sims, Nicole Auerbach. I am Ahmed Fareed. More on our game in a second, but let's get right to the college football reset. Brought to you by Xfinity. We like to be your remote control, keep you up to date on what's going on out there, including number 6 Texas A&M against Florida. This is Le'Veon Moss.
Yeah, Le'Veon Moss. This Texas A&M team, I'm starting to believe. Mike Elko's a good defensive coach. They got weapons on the offensive side of the ball, Ahmed.
We got the Deep South's oldest rivalry, Auburn and Georgia. Cam Newton back. They retired his number 2 jersey, hanging out with the students, enjoying this one so far.
He's a unique dresser.
He is. Auburn good so far.
Jackson Arnold has been doing a lot with his legs. It's his game, but he's been really good tonight.
Northwestern and Penn State, James Franklin. Penn State trying to avoid that 3rd straight loss. Caleb Komolafe, though, Northwestern has other ideas.
I didn't think that it could happen 2 weeks in a row, but here we are.
And then Drew Aller, it goes from bad to worse for the Nittany Lions, gets hurt on this play. James Franklin saying after the game he is out for the season. That could be the last time we see Drew Aller suit up on a college football field. Penn State goes down again.
I feel awful for him.
Number 7, Indiana taking on number 3, Oregon. A couple really good quarterbacks, Fernando Mendoza to Elijah Surratt.
This is why this is the upgrade at the quarterback position for this team. He has been phenomenal. Perfectly placed balls.
Yes. Indiana, for the first time ever on the road in their program's history, get a win over a top 5 team. The number 1 team in college football right now, Joshua Perry, is
Indiana. Maybe it's a little recency bias here, but you go into Autzen, which is a notoriously difficult place to play, get a victory there. The way Indiana's defensive front dominated Oregon's offensive front showed me a lot. And that's what you need to win in the college football playoff, is a team who can win in the trenches.
Well, you can make the case they have the best win of all the top teams in college football, too. They're not the most talented roster, but they might be the best team, or at least might be the best team in the Big Ten. I mean, that's what we don't know yet, but you certainly would consider them alongside Ohio State right now, and that's kind of it. They're the class of the conference because of how they built this. Curt Cignetti is making life harder for every other first-time coach, first year, second-year coach, because you're comparing it to one of the greatest coaching jobs we've seen in recent memory.
Right. I wouldn't be shocked if one of these one-loss teams shows up here later in the year and gets back into this best conversation or best team conversation. But right now, he's just being humble and nice over there. Ohio State is the best team in college football. Plain and simple.
Okay, so I'll tell you, though. Ohio State, really good in the trenches. Indiana, very good in the trenches. Miami, team we always talk about, very good in the trenches. And the other one, Texas Tech, spent the money to rebuild the trenches, and I think they're one of the best teams in the country, too.
Miami also is certainly right up there. They're off this week, kind of out of sight, out of mind. But that's a team, again, that, like you said, if they're built in the trenches, they're going to be there at the end of the season. They might be number 1 as well.
So, Chris Sims, I have a question for you. The 2 teams we're watching here tonight between USC and Michigan, do they have a chance of working their way into a conversation top 3 team in the Big Ten?
I think they do for a top 3 team. I don't think they're in Indiana or Ohio State territory here, but there's potential. As we watch Bryce Underwood and his continued growth at the quarterback position, if they can find a way to win, USC, we know the offense is there. It's just about the grittiness, the toughness, the physicality that the guys talked about earlier, and the defense, which is better than last year for sure, but we don't know how good it is yet because this Michigan offense is certainly not awesome. I'm not going to say that.
No, and there's some injuries as well that's factoring in here. But also, there's a big gaping hole now that Penn State is not in that group, right? When we were penciling playoff teams out of the Big Ten, take them out of the picture.
Yeah, I mean, and then you start to look down the line. Like, obviously, these 2 teams we're watching, could they be in the conversation? One team that I really like, Washington.
I hear you. That's another team.
Williams,
right.
Denzel Boston, Jonah Coleman. I mean, those 3 guys could play anywhere in America.
They weren't outclassed by Ohio State a few weeks ago, even though they lost.
If you take a look at the tiers in the Big Ten, you got the top 2 right now. Seems pretty obvious in Indiana and Ohio State. You got Oregon, you got Michigan, you got USC in the conversation. Then there's those Washington Huskies, like you talk about, Joshua. Illinois still fighting. Their 2 losses, not great, but they're against 2 very good teams. Then you got Nebraska still in the conversation.
Yeah, and I just think, we're going to be talking about teams that have blemishes on their resume, right? We've seen a lot of losses.
There'll be a lot of losses.
Yeah, especially in the SEC. I mean, those teams are going to beat up on each other.
Right. Oregon, let's not forget about them. I believe in their coaching. Their quarterback's still good. They're good on defense. They got to fix some of the things in the trenches, what Joshua was talking about. They got to find some more ways to push the ball down the field with Dante Moore and that big arm he has.
I think they understood what they were up against when it came to Indiana, and they didn't want to get their quarterback got hit more times today than he had been hit all season. I think that's why their offense wasn't so explosive.
Before we go, does James Franklin finish the year at Penn State, you think?
I don't know. It feels like it's untenable, this situation at this point. It's a lot of money we're talking about here. But, I mean, the way that they're playing right now, that team doesn't want to play football anymore.
Negotiate the buyout.
I would negotiate the buyout, figure out an exit.
Maybe he wants to go, too.
Yeah, I think so.
Just go your separate ways.
Of all the crazy things that have happened so far this year in college football, that might be right at the top of the list. Other games currently in progress around college football. Texas Tech with a touchdown lead. Iowa, some offense. Wow. How about that?
This is how you make crispy Korean fried chicken.
Wi-Fi speeds as fast as home, even when you're on the go.
As an official sponsor of the NFL, Jersey Mike's wants you, Eli Manning, to be our new spokesperson.
I'm in. I love Jersey Mike's.
Hold on. Jersey Mike's new spokesperson? You're stealing my job.
I don't want to steal anything.
Lies. Eli's.
I just love these subs.
You'll be hearing from my lawyer. He's very prompt.
Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Hey, that's my line. A sub above.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance.
Please welcome Charles Woodson.
Unfortunately, I didn't check to see if anyone was watching before I stole cotton candy from a child. Checking Allstate first was really smart. Not checking the Jumbotron, not smart. Well, at least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds. Was it worth it? Yeah.
The NBA tips off a new era on NBC and Peacock.
Now just getting started.
Rockets, Thunder.
Now just getting started now.
Warriors, Lakers.
You're just getting started. You're just getting started now.
NBA tip-off, October 21st on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
One touchdown in the first half for the Wolverines. That was a connection between Bryce Underwood and Donovan McCulley on the play action. Wolverines down a touchdown at the break. So much going on around college football. We got to get to the rest of it. There's one man for the job. That man is John Fanta. Hello, John.
Let's go on that, Fareed, from some of the smartest kids in college football to one of the best names in college football. But Fanta 60 this week begins with one of the best rivalries in college football. The 121st edition of the Red River Rivalry. Ryan Niblett wanted to make his legacy in this rivalry known. 75-yard punt return, Oklahoma's first loss of the season.
Yeah, go Horns.
Big win for the Horns. To the ACC, unranked Pitt visiting number 25 Florida State. Mason Heinchel scrambles. He finds Desmond Reed. Pitt beats Florida State. The Seminoles have lost 8 consecutive ACC games. Trouble for Mike Norvell. To Coach Prime in the Big 12. Iowa State, Rocco Becht is picked off by Tafik Bayard. He says goodbye to the Cyclones. They're storming the field in Boulder. Big win for the Buffaloes. Maction on Phantom 60. Believe it. This is DeRealist Clark.
Oh, yeah.
This is his reality. DeRealist, 91 yards to the house. Penn State's first conference win since 2022, everybody. Congrats to the Flashes. We rounded out in the Ivy League. Owen Zalk. He passed his math test on Friday, and for Dartmouth and the Big Green, hits a walk-off 51-yard field goal. Ivy League kickers.
Wow.
Congratulations, Dartmouth.
Way to go.
Wow.
Are you watching every game? How are you?
Have you never seen
You're
the
a
lab?
machine.
Nimble, elusive on my feet. Gotta go.
Yeah, and he's gone just like that, like a flash. His nickname, John Fanta. You know what else was happening in Stillwater? Well, they don't have a very good football team.
Oh man.
But their fans were having a fun time.
You said you were going to take your shirt off in the segment.
What are they doing?
They're trying to have fun.
They have nothing else to do.
It's all they got. It's all they got.
And that's why I never drive those guys.
Party's over, big guy.
We're tired of hearing, I don't want to get my truck dirty.
With WeatherTech laser-measured floor liners front and rear, a seat protector, and full bed protection, trucks are totally covered.
You just got WeatherTech.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's get dirty.
Order your premium American-made products at WT.com.
This or that.
Here they come, yo. Here they come.
You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. I think you Venmo this, yo. Swear's that. Yo, liftily. Yo, we can make it. Hip to me. What we are, cuz what we be the epitome. Do, da, dippity. You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. I think you Venmo this, yo.
Get your Venmo debit card today with free Perplexity Pro.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, but thanks to Skyrizi and clearer skin, I'm all in. With Skyrizi, I saw dramatically clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
With Skyrizi, nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi today. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
There has never been a worse time.
Back here at the LA Coliseum for halftime. Mike, Rob, Matt Castle, Jordan Cornette. It's kind of played out as we thought. A back-and-forth game, late statement there to conclude the first half from this USC team. But as you look at that first half, what stood out to you?
Well, I love the way that the offense is played, particularly Jaden Mayava. He came out, he's distributing the football, but they also have great balance, right? They're using the run game, it's setting up the pass, they're keeping them off balance with the tempo. And this defense for USC has been a little bit, but they haven't given up the explosive, and they're making this Michigan offense earn it every time.
That's huge. They haven't given up the explosive. They're making Michigan earn says something right there. This USC offense, they're controlling the entire tempo of this game.
Things up, slowing it up when they need to, all of those things. So, yeah. My mic won't working?
Yeah, just keep rolling.
All good, man. SC, man. SC controlling this game with the tempo.
You're doing a good job as a host, the interviewee right there. Very well done. The quarterback play obviously is going to be a big part of this story. As you assess these two quarterbacks in the first half, have you been impressed? What do you need to see more of in the second half?
I love exactly what Mayava's doing, and he's going out there and executing the game plan. That 2-minute drive before the half was huge. The throw down the sideline right over here, and then that throw to Mekhi Lemon at the end of the half to go up by a full score was great.
An overlooked statistic in this game that it weighs heavily is the fact that this is a Trojans team that has been penalized, giving up the most penalty yards of any in the Big Ten. This first half, 0 penalties, 0 yards to give themselves an opportunity. It's time now for the second half keys, powered by Claude. You got a working mic. Tell me what you're going to see in the second half.
When I'm looking at this Michigan offense, Bryce Underwood, man, let this kid go a little bit. I mean, he's, 8 for 12, only 79 passing yards. They need to get a little bit more vertical and more explosive in the passing game to add some space to this offense so they can continue to run the football and grind some things out. So, yeah, Bryce Underwood, I want to see his legs get involved, not necessarily running the football, but definitely attacking this USC defense.
And you said it, they want to grind this thing out. And for USC, that's going to be the key, to maintain their physicality and their violence during the third quarter and into the fourth quarter, because Michigan's DNA is to wear you down, to run the football. And if USC defense can get some stops, get them uncomfortable, put them in long third down situation, it's going to bode well for this team.
And it'll put pressure on that young quarterback, Bryce Underwood.
It's going to be really interesting to see. We'll get the update from KT as to the injury report with these running backs. You know, Justice Haynes, obviously him being on the field matters. We hope to see him in the second half. Wayman Jordan for the Trojans, we also hope to see him in this second half. So those updates will come. We return to the coverage for the second half. But for right now, buckle up, baby. LA Coliseum's going to deliver a four-quarter one. Second half action on the other side.
This has been the Xfinity Halftime Report.
Hello, creatives. Jimmy? To win the Captain Morgan account, you're going to work together.
What we create could be a part of a Super Bowl campaign. That's huge. Show me your best Captain Morgan pose.
On Brand with Jimmy Fallon, Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
When it comes to innovation, these two don't play by the book. They rewrite it.
Don't sweat the technique.
Detroit, mixing grit with deception. And in KC, the magic is in the mayhem. Lions, Chiefs, Sunday Night Football on NBC and Peacock.
Earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 this Saturday and Sunday. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend in-store and online. Saturday and Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Get more of what you want this season during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Like more off-road adventure with the Sorento. Or Telluride. Or more fun zipping around in the Seltos. Or Nero Hybrid. And new Kia vehicles come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, so you can get more out of every year. During Kia's Fall Savings Event, get 0% APR for up to 48 months, plus $1,000 retail bonus cash on select 2025 Sorento models.
Minnesota Rusco is your hometown remodeler since 1955. Rusco remodels bathrooms, kitchens, windows, siding, doors, roofs, and decks. Minnesota Rusco makes your remodel a reality.
And right now, all labor is 70% off. Plus, no payments and no interest until 2027. Call Minnesota Rusco today.
We're Minnesota Rusco since 1955.
Earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 this Saturday and Sunday. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend in-store and online. Saturday and Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, watch extended coverage on Care 11 Plus.
This first half recap is brought to you by Geico. Get more with Geico. Time now for the Big Bulletin, brought to you by Genesis Motor America. 14-7 game after 2 here at the Coliseum. The wide receivers for USC, always a focal point, and they have delivered. 8 catches between the two. They've scored both of the touchdowns for the Trojans. The downside for both these teams, the Big Ten's leading rushers, Justice Haynes and Wayman Jordan, both left in the first half with injury. As of now, we don't expect to see them out on the field, but the quarterbacks have been dueling. 8 of 12, 79 yards and a touchdown for Underwood. And how about Mayaba? Continues just his sensational start to the season. 16 of 19, 179, and the 2 scores to his 2 top targets.
Now we'll see the Michigan offense on the field here to start the third quarter.
Underwood led a touchdown drive before giving the ball back to USC, and Mayaba took him right down the field to get the Trojans back up by a touchdown. And it was a ridiculous touchdown at that from that man, Makai Lemon. Sayuri boots it away, and this one angling to the back of the end zone. Let's go to KT.
Well, Noah, the good news is I did just speak to Sharon Moore, and he provided an update on Justice Haynes. He said he received an injury in the midsection, but there is a very good chance that he's going to return to this game. He said the game plan will not change with Jordan Marshall taking many of the reps here in the half. He wants his offense to play more physical. He did say that late USC touchdown you were just talking about by Makai Lemon was an unreal play. He just told his guys, keep playing, trust your position, and win those plays. That is how you win the big games like this, guys.
All right, KT. Well, the good news for Michigan is Jordan Marshall was expected to be a much bigger part of this offense anyway coming into this season, and is fairly capable. Maybe not the home run hitter, but we know that he can go out there and chew up yards. Not this time on first down as he gets swallowed up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, we talked about USC had to be better up front in defending the run, and I think they've done that so far through the first half. Nice stop there on the first play of the third quarter. Michigan with 72 yards rushing in that first half. Benton has to be happy with the way that his defensive front played. They did not play well 2 weeks ago against Illinois.
Second down and 10. Quick throw, quick catch, and it's the tight end Hansen who makes the grab with a flag down at the 32-yard line.
I think they're going to call offensive pass interference on this play.
Well, a good sign right there, seeing as he's known Deuce Deuce. Justice Haynes walking back to the Michigan sideline.
They're calling this on Marsh, who was over there along with Klein.
Pass interference. Offense, number 4. Penalty, half the distance. Control. Still second down.
How is that pass interference, Terry, if he's going to get in position to block? The ball's in the air.
It's entirely too tight, Todd. I mean, you can't block before the ball's touched, but it is almost the exact same time. I don't see this as a foul. Very technical.
So a tough break brings them back, and the handoff from Marshall will get it across the 15-yard line. They will officially rule him down at the 18, so a couple extra at the end before Lucas can finally stop his progress.
Well, third down and long situation, and a chance for USC to get off the field quickly. May not happen on this possession, but Michigan desperately needs to create some chunk plays in their passing game. No explosive passes of over 20 yards so far in the ball game.
Michigan started this game with a 3-and-out in the first quarter, hoping to find a way to change that on this third and forever. Rush comes. Underwood escapes. Underwood. Shimmy shake. Not going to get there. Well covered by this USC defense, and Underwood could not escape Stevens at the end.
Braylon Shelby, number 10. Watch him. He's going to rush, and then he's going to see the quarterback leave the pocket. Shelby sees him, and watch him just chase him down from behind. And Stevens there also to stop Underwood well short of the first down. This defensive front seven has been very aggressive and very effective so far for USC.
So the ideal start for the Trojans defensively gets the football back to this humming offense, and Makai Lemon will let this one bounce, and a bad bounce for Michigan at that. It'll be at the 48-yard line. Just a 28-yard punt sets up this Trojan offense in business. Up a score early third.
It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good.
Vacations will never be the same. Welcome to the 4 parks of Universal Orlando Resort.
How's my little champ doing? Okay, let's soothe that cold.
Yes, please.
NyQuil Hot Remedy soothes your cold symptoms to sleep. NyQuil Hot Remedy, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, best sleep with a cold medicine.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, keeps getting even better with the all-new Big QP, and all this for just $10.99. With 85% more beef, it makes a quarter-pound burger look tiny and, well, yeah, tiny. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
You guys okay back there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hands-free highway driving for a hands-on life. Ford Blue Cruise.
Target Circle Week's back.
That's a big deal.
Wait till you see the deal of the day.
Buy one, get one half off.
Legend.
Guys, over here. Can we keep her?
Do you think we went too big?
Nope.
Do you remember where we parked?
Nope.
It's Target Circle Week with daily deals so big you can't miss them. I'm back. Did you miss me?
Were you gone?
Firework went off at our gender reveal party.
When you get home later, you can find out together and...
Hey, girl day. It's in my mouth.
St. Dennis Medical, November 3rd on NBC and Peacock.
Coming into tonight, Mekhi Lemon was tied with Jeremiah Smith for the most receptions in the Big Ten. He had a nice first half, 4 catches, and shows his ability after the catch, this time adjusting with his quarterback on the scramble, knowing where the sideline is, the foot down, and then the incredible catch and effort on the touchdown throw right before the end of the first half.
Take a look at our Google search trends for tonight. Best wide receiver in college football, up 250%. And Mekhi Lemon making his case once again. 4 catches, 63 yards, and that spectacular touchdown catch. To the sideline this time, Lemon is going to be falling out of bounds. It looked like he was forced toward that sideline by Hillman, and it's second down.
Yeah, very similar to the catch we already saw him make.
Was that toe maybe down?
Goodness.
That might
looks
be
like
a
his
catch.
foot was down, and the catch is secured. Why are they not stopping this to take a look at it?
Because it's not that second touch. It was when he first gained possession, his toes might have been down. This time he gets blasted immediately after the catch by TJ Metcalf. And then a flag down. Lemon got tangled up with Metcalf, and TJ fired up after the call.
Well, they might call Mekhi Lemon.
That's what I'm saying.
Play.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 6 of the offense.
Yeah.
His first such penalty of the game. 15-yard penalty. The down counts.
And what a turn of events. I mean, this looked like it could have been overturned as a catch for a first down the sideline. Instead, then it's a loss of yardage play, the next play, and then an unsportsmanlike penalty on Lemon.
Let's see it here. So Metcalf trying to get away. Lemon just kind of keeps him tangled up. Doesn't do anything excessive after the fact, though. It still draws the penalty flag, so it backs up this USC offense to a second down and 20, or make it third down and 22 with a run. Oh, they're going to get it. King Miller turns on the speed. He gets tripped up at the 20. A 48-yard rip on 3rd and forever.
Well, this is Lincoln Riley all the way. They're going to go counter. This is power football. And King, Michigan thinking pass. They want to just try to keep everything in front of them. Lincoln changes it up with a run. A missed tackle by Hillman. And then King Miller gets a very improbable conversion on 3rd and long.
Sets him up inside the red zone. Handoff. Miller slips through to the 15. Barham kept his grasp down low.
Again, Wink Martindale said it's the best skill that we've faced in this game. And we have to be able to tackle their speed in space. And that missed tackle by Brandon Hillman, the difference on that 3rd down and long. They had him right where they wanted him, and now USC threatening in the red zone again.
Doing it with their 3rd-string running back. Wayman Jordan went out in the first half. Eli Sanders also went out with an injury, so King Miller extended action. He's up to 82 yards. Give it to him again. Miller to the edge. Miller to the end zone. Touchdown. 15 yards, and the King sits on his throne to extend the lead.
Beautiful job by the left tackle, Tobias Raymond. They pulled the backside tackle. 74 with a nice block, and then this guy, he is the new king.
Crown him. 3 rushes, 68 yards on the drive. And he's got his 3rd touchdown of the season and of his career to make it 21-7. Although there's a flag down during that last extra point. So, unsportsmanlike conduct after the play against Michigan. from Francisco VR. We'll try to get his mic worked on as well. But it was all King Miller on this drive. Now up to 9 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown. SC rolling.
At Wayfair, we bring style to every get-together. Oh, they brought wings.
You mean these wingback chairs? Dive in, everyone. We brought plenty.
We brought the sides.
Everybody remember to leave room.
Yeah, bring that over here.
We brought the ranch. Ooh, that looks like it's fresh from the farmhouse.
Wings and ranch? Now it's a party.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Old ideas are everywhere. Left over from legacy thinking. If you're not careful, they can sneak into everything. But when you're not bound to the past, old ideas can't hold you back. Exquisite design with the soul of a sports car. The GV70. Welcome to Genesis.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, watch me. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy. No, you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the leadership of this captain, but getting that captain.
Garg, missed again.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This is Jess, Peloton instructor, educator, game changer. She needs her money to work as hard as she does. That's why she uses U.S. Bank Smartly Checking and Savings, which does exactly that, helping her track her spending and grow her money. Together, we'll achieve more than any of us could alone. You got this, Jess.
We got this.
That's the power of Jess, and this is the power of us.
Hi, I'm Amy Poehler, and I'll be hosting SNL this week with musical guest role model.
Amy.
Bowen.
Role model. Bowen. Amy.
Role model.
Bowen. Amy.
Role model.
Role model.
Amy.
Role model. Bowen. Oh, okay, we finally got it right.
Watching sports, stream smarter with Xfinity. Well, Michigan and USC have met in the Rose Bowl 8 times. Most played Rose Bowl matchup. That includes the 2004 game. Matt Leinart leading #1 USC to a 28-14 victory over Michigan. They were named national champions that season as well. So after the penalty, they're going to move this kick up at midfield following the touchdown from King Miller. All started with a poor punt from Hollenbeck. Only 28 yards set them up in great field position. And that drive only going 52 yards to get to the end zone now puts Bryce Underwood and this Michigan offense in a hole, down 14. We'll see what Sayuri elects to do here with the short field kick. And he'll just boot it away.
We'll go back and look at this touchdown. The play is the exact same thing they ran on the 3rd and long. They're going to pull the backside guard and tackle. But watch these two guys. The block on the front side of the play. Left tackle, Tobias Raymond with a block. The tight end gets a block on Rolder. And back-to-back big plays and big runs by King Miller on the same counter action. One for a 3rd and long and the other one for a touchdown.
Well, Todd, you said it earlier in the broadcast that Bryce Underwood doesn't seem to get rattled. As we look at our first down line brought to you by T-Mobile. Now's the time for him to show that poise. The 18-year-old will start this drive from the 25. USC brings 4, plenty of time. Fastball is caught, and then an immediate hit by Fitzgerald. Make it Eric Gentry. So Klein brings it in, holds on, and Gentry lays the boom.
Now Bryce Underwood kind of left the pocket without really needing to on that one. Gets the ball to Klein, who takes a big hit, hangs on to the football. Klein had a great start to the season. 6 catches in that opener against New Mexico. Then an ankle injury really kind of slowed him down. They need him to be a more valuable person in this pass offense.
Morgan in motion on 2nd down and 5. Marshall on the handoff. Jump cut and a first down run. Picks up 7.
So you mentioned that Bryce Underwood needs to be ready for this moment, and I think he will be. And the other thing he might have to happen, if Justice Haynes is not able to play, then he has to become more of a running threat in this second half as well. They can't completely go away from the run game because that's how they're built. That's their identity. But they also have to figure out a way to create some plays in the pass game down the field. They have to stretch this USC defense vertically a little bit.
Two that tight ends here. Marshall with a handoff, and this time it is bottled up. Loses two. Crawford first one there.
Now, you're not going to run side to side on this defense. They're too fast and athletic. This is a slow developing play. And Jordan's going to try to stretch it all the way to the sideline, bounce it out. They're just too quick. That's good fundamental defense by SC at the point of attack.
So now second down and 11. Gets them behind schedule from a long 11 too, probably about 11 and a half. Underwood's only thrown it 13 times. He has 84 yards and a touchdown. Hit 5 different receivers. Marsh has 4 catches. McCulley has 2 in the touchdown. Now here is a run. Underwood does escape to the outside, but does not gain much. Maybe a yard. Abasiri adds the tackle. Danton Lynn's defense locked in, and Underwood is gingerly walking back to the huddle.
Well, they brought pressure, too. They brought inside pressure, and Underwood nowhere to go with the football, and another 3rd and long, and it's critical. Without your best runner, you've got to stay ahead of the chains against this defense, and right now, again, they're behind.
And Abasiri rolls up on him, 6'5", 295 over the top of his legs. Let's see what the mobility of Underwood looks like here on 3rd down and 10.
I'd bring pressure again.
And they do. Off the edge, Underwood, incomplete. One-on-one coverage, McCulley on the outside, and Nicholson was right there with him.
See, right now, I don't think USC feels threatened vertically. So they're going to get up here and press. And they're going to bring pressure on the inside and say, we don't think they can pass block, and he can stand in the pocket and beat us throwing the football against tight coverage. Another 3rd down stop by the SC defense.
Remember, Hollenbeck had just a 28-yard punt in his last attempt that set up USC in great field position. They've got Mekhi Lemon back deep. And this one low and a wobbler is going to get Lemon some space from the 28-yard line. Tried to hop through, and then he gets dragged backward. Again, the punt coverage from Michigan right on the mark, as Lemon is going to be ruled down at the 29 with forward progress. Mayava on the offense, back out there, up 14 next.
Morning, guys.
Why is Jeff Bridges here?
I'm studying to be in a T-Mobile commercial. Teach me some, Dana.
Oh, I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's the most pro iPhone yet.
So you can't teach that. Or can you? You can save up to 20% versus the other big guys. And see?
At T-Mobile, get iPhone 17 Pro on us. Plus, save up to 20% when you check them out.
Let me get you a cold one. Try one of these. That is the best buffalo wing in the county.
You eat buffalo?
No, it's just chicken. It was invented in Buffalo, the city.
So it's not buffalo?
You all right, man?
It's quite spicy.
Drink the beer.
It's a good thing Discover makes it easy to be a Big Ten fan.
Totally. I get cash back on my rally cap.
Cash back on my favorite glove.
Cash back on my lucky shamrock.
I even earn cash back on my lucky bobblehead.
You win. Next round's on me.
Earn cash back on every purchase with Discover. I'm stumped. Friendly insurance lizard, first letter G. Geppetto?
Come on, you just switched to Geico for car insurance? They knew exactly what you needed?
The friendly people at Geico weren't lizards.
Think European accent, yay big.
Napoleon?
No.
Not even a lizard.
Maybe I can help. No way, it's the Geico Gecko. This guy knows crosswords.
64 across is quibble.
Thank you.
Get more support.
Is that how you spell fracascia?
Get more with Geico. Man, this takes me back.
All your Y2K favorites are back for only $3 or less. Only at Taco Bell.
It's native.
Body wash drying you out. You know it.
Try Native. Simple, clean, effective body wash for gentle 24-hour freshness. It's not a myth.
It's native.
Who's
Who's ready to break down math? Scientific notation is a way to show
What is that?
I started posting math lessons on TikTok. I went from a class of 30 to teaching millions. Now I get messages from teens who want to be teachers, engineers, or who just finally get it.
Okay.
Now it's parents, grandparents, even teachers, all finding new ways to connect with math.
Sunday night, two powerhouse teams collide. Jared Goff and the Lions visit Arrowhead to face Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Sunday, 7 Eastern on NBC and Peacock. Look at the United cam here. Oh, there we are. What's up, everybody? It's not quite the Kinnick wave, but gets the job done. Glad to be with you here on this wonderful Saturday night here in Southern California, and USC trying to drop the hammer. Now up 14, and King Miller getting it done again down the sideline and finally caught up. Another gash. Miller making the most of his opportunity with a 51-yard gain.
Well, they're going to pull the backside guard. They get good blocking by both tight ends in the game. And King Miller just continues to shine. I doubt King Miller woke up this morning expecting that he was going to get this many carries in the ball game tonight, but he is the go-to guy right now in this SC offense.
From the 24-yard line, Miller stays in there, up to 144 yards in the touchdown. Mayava, middle. It is caught. Jacoby Lane picks up 11.
Nice route by Jacoby Lane. Just kind of froze the defender at the line of scrimmage. Got separation. Look at King Miller, redshirt freshman. He has a twin brother, Kalen, who is also on the team, who's an offensive lineman. Kalen is 6 foot, 290 pounds. He's an offensive guard. King got a little different gene pool, I think.
He's 6 foot 210. There's just a slight 80-pound difference between the two of them. Who got top bunk? That's what I want to know. First down, fake it to Miller. Swing it, Makai Lemon. And the stiff arm evaded, but yeah, they had him wrapped up the entire way.
And that play worked earlier in the ball game, but that time Michigan was ready for it. They got out there. It was well defended on the outside.
So 21-7. Michigan is not necessarily a team that's built to come from behind as is. So keeping USC out of this end zone right now is paramount.
Well, they're not built for it, and they have not shown any ability to get explosive plays. They haven't had a play over 16 yards in the ball game so far.
That was a catch by Marsh. Miller, and again, well read by this Michigan defense.
TJ Guy, back-to-back plays.
There's his brother.
Yeah, there's the twin brother.
So you've got 30, number 30 King, number 60 is Kalon, and it kind of checks out because he's about twice the size.
Yeah. Well, he's got to be enjoying watching his brother because he is carrying the rock tonight.
So King will go off. And right now, Carson Tabarachi, who is mostly a tight end, is in the backfield. 6'1", 225 redshirt junior from Utah, mostly just to protect. Mayava has to get away. Mayava stays on his feet, eyes downfield, gets rid of it, it's picked!
Just a bad decision by Mayava. The turnover in the first half got Michigan back in the ball game, got him on the right track. Mayava, his second interception of the season. He could have run. He tried to force it, and Michigan has gotten at least one interception in every game they've played this year.
Well, you Heismans are a little far from the house.
Sheriff Boz, what seems to be the problem?
I bet you it's the horse driving the car thing.
Bingo, Barry. Can he even see?
Not a lick.
out of the car.
Here we go.
Dispatch, I got a horse behind the wheel.
What? The 295 horsepower Nissan Pathfinder Rock Creek.
Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the Capital One Venture X business card. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. And unlimited double miles means we earn more too. What's in your wallet?
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I reward full-time fans. Check out this recruit. The conductor can single-handedly hype up the crowd. This full-time fan deserves a Modelo.
This is Judy and Pedro. They just bought their first home and are learning a lot. Thanks to Google, Pedro knows more than he wanted to about gravel. And Judy wouldn't call herself a plumber, but she dabbles.
Wait, how do these things work together? Honey, I did it!
So far, if they've learned one thing about home ownership, is that there's a lot to learn. Good thing you can just ask Google.
Chipotle just dropped Build Your Own Chipotle.
Let's go! A mini Chipotle experience at home.
It feeds 4 to 6 people.
We have a lot of food here.
Lots of protein, rice and beans.
Everybody can make whatever they want, and there's plenty to go around.
Absolute game changer.
United Healthcare knows you've got your whole life ahead of you. Whatever comes next, you can count on United Healthcare to be there with reliable Medicare coverage.
For 8 remaining drivers, what matters is the moment.
And they've done it again!
Driven by heart and a resolve to make a run for the ages. The NASCAR playoffs continue at Las Vegas, live on USA.
With Discover It, fans can earn cash back on their game day purchases. Nightfall in downtown Los Angeles, they are reviewing the last interception from Zeke Berry to see whether or not he did complete the process of the catch going to the ground. So he's got it, and then you see
he's down right then. As soon as he's down, he's
I
down.
agree.
I mean, I don't think this is that difficult.
Terry, you agree?
After reviewing the play, the ruling of an interception is upheld.
So, Terry, you agree?
Should be, guys.
Well,
absolutely.
First of all,
this is absolutely catch.
Yeah, good pressure by Dominic Nichols and Trey Pierce. And right here, Mayava, just run it. Just run it and kick a field goal and keep your momentum. And again, we've seen him make all good decisions tonight. And that was his first bad decision. And this opportunistic Michigan defense that had their backs against the wall again comes up with a takeaway.
Second straight time. There was first the Hill punch out on McCree, and that one was when USC was threatening to go up 2 scores. Now can they pay it off offensively? Marshall snakes his way to the 10.
Well, they've got to stay ahead of the chains. They are not built to play behind the chains because they're not built to really just drop back and pass rush, and that's the strength of this SC team. They can rush the passer. They got multiple guys who can get after the quarterback. So you have to stay on schedule so you can run, you can play action, and you don't have to just drop back and throw.
Second down and 4. Underwood to the air, wide open for Marsh, and he gets leveled, clotheslined on the back end of that by Gentry.
But he got the first down. Held on to it. This kid has proven to be a pretty sure-handed receiver. Ooh.
Right across the collarbone. Talked about about 7-foot wingspan from Gentry. Used every bit of it there. But 2 plays result in a first down from the 16. It's Marshall on the play. Jordan Marshall up the middle, and he picks up 12.
Well, they love this play. It's a little sprint draw, and watch Bredesen, the job he does right here. He's going to invite this guy upfield, throw him upfield, and then try to get to the next level. And they do a nice job with it.
Right back to Marshall. Finds the hole to the outside. Now he's chewing up yards. 10 more.
A lot of time left. 3 minutes and 25 seconds and counting here in the third quarter. Little momentum running the football.
Chip Lindsey, who's been working most of this game, all of this second half, without Justice Haynes, his go-to back, has had Marshall as the bell cow, and now Bryson Kuzdal is in there, the junior from Grand Rapids. First down from the 39. It's Marsh. Gets it past the block of McCulley, but only gains a yard. Nice job on pursuit by Fitzgerald. So 2:45 to play in this third quarter. Underwood only at 92 passing yards so far. Marsh has 58 of those, including 6 of his 11 completions. Can they find a way to get McCulley more involved? Saw him in the red zone with a touchdown. Now it's 2nd down and 8. Underwood. Oh, a beautiful ball on cue to McCulley for the first down.
Well, he wasn't open right away, so he had to buy a little extra time and then flip the football. And again, just the arm strength when he just flicks it, pretty impressive. And McCulley, the big target with the catch.
Longest play of the day. Another one right into the hands of Marsh, and he picks up 10.
You know, this is weird, but he actually looks better throwing the football off platform than he does when he tries to just drop back fundamentally and throw the football.
Well, he's put back-to-back. Those are tough throws to make. He's put them on the money.
Yeah.
Extra offensive lineman in there. Kuzdal stays in there at the back. Fake it to him. Blitz picked up all day for Underwood. It is incomplete. Oh, he put it up high for Marsh, and a great play by Nicholson to knock it free.
They went max protection and just 2 guys out, the 2 receivers, and he gave Marsh a chance, and credit Nicholson for not giving up on the play and fighting through there and knocking the ball out. It's a good throw. It looks like it's going to be a catch, and Nicholson, who is 6'3" as a cornerback, ripped the ball out.
Transfer from Mississippi State in his 5th year of college ball. Kuzdal. Blown up by Gentry.
Yeah, Gentry does a nice job because he's kind of responsible for the quarterback and falling in on the ball carrier. Watch him right here at the end. Now he's going to look at Underwood and then realize he doesn't have the ball and then quickly gets there for the tackle.
Lincoln Riley says he makes plays that on the board a linebacker doesn't normally make. Diagnoses it perfectly. 3rd and 10. Underwood, sideline, intercepted, picked up by Fitzgerald, and the freshman makes a huge mistake.
He made a mistake because he forced the ball outside. He's going to have Samaj Morgan open. Watch, Morgan is going to be open, and he's going to force the ball outside to McCulley. He forces it, it gets picked off, and he just didn't read it correctly. McCulley got hung up a little bit. He threw into double coverage, and he could have had Morgan for the first down. And USC answers the interception with one of their own. USC defense, their last time out in Champaign, they gave up 502 yards of offense. Luke Altmaier threw for over 300. They gave up over 170 rushing. They have played a much more inspired football game here tonight.
And what a ball hawk Fitzgerald has turned into. His 4th interception of the year, top 5 in the country, and #1 in the Big Ten in that category.
Ruling of an interception has been confirmed. 1st and 10.
Thank you. Let's play ball. This travel start from the 22 for SC. And King Miller up to 143 yards has the handoff on 1st down. Slowed down immediately. Good penetration by Etta. They do not need to snap it to come to a conclusion in this 3rd quarter with a 14-point lead. After so much chatter following the loss, heartbreaking loss on the final play of the game at Illinois, a bye week for USC heading into this one, and a marquee matchup in the Big Ten. The first team within the Big Ten conference of OGs that USC gets to see for the second time. They lead 21-7 as we go to the fourth. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station. You're watching Big Ten Saturday Night on NBC, presented by Discovery.
You won't remember my name. This is the last time you will see me at the top. I want to carry on, but not today. This is the point I give up. But not today. I want to carry on. You will see me at the top. This is the last time you won't remember my name. Honda, the power of dreams. Proud partner of Team USA.
Wherever we go, progress follows. From building ideas to helping them grow.
Maybe we could chase the sun, do what we've never done.
From inventing technologies to advancing them.
Close your eyes and take a leap until we feel the beat.
From repairing voices to raising them. For the public good, look to Michigan.
There goes Jordan Stoll. Jordan, you got company. Are those saw blades? Jordan, move, get out of the way!
And that's how you promote the Winter Olympics.
That's your whole pitch.
Nope, Jordan.
Dude!
Fire and ice, baby.
To everyone who believes in Midwest magic, you'll always find it here at Culver's. Not that kind of magic.
Midwest magic turns fresh, never frozen beef into a juicy butter burger and transforms farm fresh dairy into the creamiest custard you've ever had. Ta-da! But it's not just what we serve, it's how we serve it.
With a warm welcome and a little extra love.
Love. Love in every bite.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Yeah.
Minnesota Rusco is celebrating 70 years in business, and we're offering you 70% off labor. That's right, for a limited time, take 70% off labor on bathrooms, kitchens, windows, siding, roofing, decks, and doors. Plus, no payments and no interest until 2027. To take advantage of this special 70th anniversary sale, call Minnesota Rusco and make your appointment today.
We're Minnesota Rusco since 1955.
If you have a crack like this, well, you have a problem. Today I'm learning how a cracked wall might mean your foundation is sinking.
It always points towards the area where it's sinking. For example, this corner here, we're down almost a full inch of drop.
Right, so that's going down and that's causing the crack.
Correct. And then this door, they don't even use that door anymore. It cannot open.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
There's no place like Minnesota and no place I'd rather be.
Time for a Papa John's game break. Back to Lubbock. Unbeaten Texas Tech. Will Hammond, the backup quarterback, scampers in from 20 yards out. This is after Kansas has gotten within 4. Noah Todd, we talk about the wild Big 12. One big note, Baron Morton out of the game with a lower leg injury.
Ooh, that could be really a major factor moving forward for Texas Tech. Has just got so much experience. Aerial coverage brought to you by Ford. Ready, set, Ford. You talk about experience, and we got to see that from Jade Mayava in a stadium here where the Olympics have been played so many times and will be in 2028 as well.
Look at this offensive balance. 23 runs, 23 passes, yardage about the same.
They'll throw on first down. And Makai Lemon, good blocking. Lemon goes airborne. Gets across the 40 at an 18-yard gain.
Saw this play very early in the ball game. Design, screen, you get linemen blocking downfield because the ball is thrown behind the line of scrimmage. This is a Lincoln Riley special. I remember seeing him use it at Oklahoma. It's a really tough play to defend because if you throw it behind or right at the line of scrimmage, you can get linemen downfield, and a nice conversion.
Fresh set of downs from the 41. Miller, the speed on full display, spun down by Moore as we go down to KT.
Well, guys, Lincoln Riley told us yesterday that his team is making progress, learning to expect to win close games. And a win like this would go a long way. He said the bowl game last year was a big step for us coming back on A&M the way we did. We have to have those positive moments to reinforce what we're building. It's a painful process until you start breaking through, and this win would go a long way for them, guys.
Yeah, and he said that when he got to Oklahoma and he took over as the head coach, that was already instilled in that program.
Stoops,
100%. And so comes to USC where it just hadn't been the norm as much as it used to be when Pete Carroll was here in the early 2000s. And these are the types of games that you have to win to start building that mentality and believing in what's being built here in this program as Richardson makes the first down grab.
Well, and also beating ranked opponents. I mean, he's 4-11 here at SC, but he was great at that when he was at Oklahoma. I mean, he was, what, 16-5 in games against ranked opponents as a head coach at Oklahoma. So still kind of trying to change that over, an expectancy to win, particularly games in the fourth quarter and close games against ranked opponents. And they have that opportunity before him right now here in the fourth period.
He said he always knew the roster would take time to get exactly to where they wanted it to be, but the mindset would be the biggest challenge. Now the completion this time goes to Hines on the outside, gets inside the 40.
I just think the thing that has been on display tonight is a plan that has said, okay, we're going to get the ball out quick. We're not going to let their pass rush affect us the way it did a year ago. And we are going to run the football. And even with they're down to their third team running back, they are running it with great success. And when you have both things going, I don't care how good you are of a defensive coordinator, it's hard to call because you're not sure what they're going to do from down to down.
Lemon in motion on second down and 2. Miller and fighting for the first down. What a game for King Miller. 14 carries, 154 and a touchdown.
Yeah, again, he probably woke up this morning and said, well, I might get a kickoff return. You know, I might be in on some special teams. Nope, you're the go-to guy. The two guys ahead of you are both out of the ball game, and he has taken advantage of the situation. Credit to coaching staff for having a third guy ready. Credit him for being ready for the opportunity.
So Wayman Jordan, the featured back, went down in the second quarter. We saw Eli Sanders go down. He had one catch in the first quarter, and there is Jordan watching on as his teammates try to continue to extend this lead further. Miller, this time nowhere to go as he gets gummed by Derek Moore.
And remember, we talked about in the beginning of the game, this was going to be a game won in the trenches. Last year in Ann Arbor, Michigan was definitely the better team in the trenches on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, this is Cole Sullivan, one of the breakout players as a sophomore on this team, down on a knee after the play. We'll step aside, check in on Sullivan when we come back.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I didn't check if I unlatched Bevo's gate while taking a selfie.
Bevo, no! Come back!
Checking Allstate first was really smart. Not checking Bevo's gate, though, not smart. Well, at least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds. Hook 'em.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, now serves up the all-new Big QP for just $10.99. And that's 85% more beef than some quarter-pound burger. Yeah, hey, fast food, this is how you value meals. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
You're so much more than just a landowner. You're a gardener, a groundskeeper, and a landscaper. That's why you need versatile, durable Kubota equipment.
Target Circle Week's back.
That's a big deal. Wait till you see the deal of the day.
Buy one, get one half off.
Legend.
Guys, over here.
Can we keep her?
Do you think we went too big?
Nope.
Do you remember where we parked?
Nope.
It's Target Circle Week with daily deals so big you can't miss them.
I got this old thing and the bill from the store where I got it. Figured you could beat it with a better deal than one of these big boys.
That doesn't work that way.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill and they'll give you a better deal.
I thought Verizon was pricey.
No, better deal, best 5G network. Back to the TV. Does it come higher than 8K? Because I don't like to squint.
Ma'am, take your TV and go.
Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to Verizon for a better deal.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
You don't know that?
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, non-stop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. Wow. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Big Ten Saturday Night is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by Xfinity. Be the best at watching sports. Stream smarter with Xfinity. What a performance so far for USC. Needed this one in so many ways. Wanted to get back on the horse after their first loss of the season at Illinois 2 weeks ago before the bye. But probably more importantly, keep yourself in the playoff picture and feel like you do have that signature Big Ten win in a signature Big Ten type of game.
And playing with great physicality at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
Cole Sullivan did get up on his own power after he was shaken up after the last play, and that's a drop. Hines was wide open, would have been plenty of space after the first down pickup.
Yeah, Hines heard footsteps on that one. And Ernest Hausman kind of took his eyes off the ball, looking inside to the linebacker who was on his way towards him. And just knows that it was just a lack of concentration on that second down play.
So it makes it 3rd down and 10, just outside of field goal range. See if Michigan can come up with yet another big defensive stop to keep it within an arm's distance. Mayava looking to the outside. That's going to be a hold on Miller as he shoved down the rusher. And Metcalf eventually gets Mayava on the outside, but this is likely coming backwards.
Yeah, well, and the question is now, do you move them back, which I think they will.
Still 3rd down.
It'd be 4th down if you decline the penalty, but it's still a very makeable field goal range. There's the hold.
Yeah, there were almost 2 of them.
Multiple, yeah.
Yeah. The first one was Banuelos, who took down Derek Moore, and then the second one on King Miller, working against Hausman. So this will back them up towards midfield and set up 3rd down and 20. Again, there's still plenty of time. 11:03 left. We saw Michigan moving the ball on that last drive before the interception. Bryce Underwood looking a lot more comfortable. A couple of nice runs by Marshall, up to 61 yards now on the day. Let's see if they can get one more stop. Fake it to Miller to the outside for Lemon. He's got a long way to go, and he won't quite get there. To the 37-yard line, he'll pick up 9. And now this would be about a 55-yard field goal if they did want to go for it. Sayuri has made from 50, make it 48 earlier this year at Purdue. His one miss was actually week 3 against Purdue, 37 yards. He's 8 of 9 on the season, replacing the man they believed who was going to start in Chittenden, came in from UNLV. So 54 yards officially. Pepper will snap. Johnson will hold. Sayuri will try to extend this to a 17-point game. And Sayuri got it. Career long, and Sayuri continues to fire up his head coach. Lincoln Riley said he never would have expected to have a backup that has performed as well as this young man. Another one goes down to extend the USC lead.
Good boy, Kimber.
You guys okay back there?
Yeah.
Okay. What was this one? Do you remember?
Follow the leader.
This one's really easy.
hands-free highway driving for a hands-on life.
That's okay.
Ford Blue Cruise.
Spend less for the shrimp you crave with the new Ultimate Spend Less Shrimp.
Ultimate Spend Less Shrimp? That sounds just like
garlic shrimp scampi, shrimp linguine Alfredo, and popcorn shrimp on one plate for just $15.99.
There's nothing less about that.
That's real happiness, only at Red Lobster.
I'm being told this is Limu Emu from Liberty Mutual, who helps save you hundreds by customizing your car insurance.
And his partner, Doug, is the gentleman under the security guard.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Turn right.
This is how you make crispy Korean fried chicken.
Wi-Fi speeds as fast as home, even when you're on the go.
Closest to the pin for an Ultra.
Meet you at the bar cart.
Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
Hey, my treat today.
I don't think they'll take that here.
Of course they take Discover. You're stuck in the past. Unlike me.
You look rad.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Totally.
Next Saturday, live on NBC and Peacock, the Fighting Irish are back home in South Bend to take on the USC Trojans in prime time. Live on NBC and Peacock.
Tonight, don't miss an all-new Saturday Night Live with host Amy Poehler, musical guest role model. It's all-new SNL tonight. Watch it live, coast to coast, on NBC and Peacock.
I wonder if David Pumpkins will be on.
I think you mean David S. Pumpkins.
Yeah.
We're just here as USC and Michigan go to battle. And Sharon Moore has his team with Bryce Underwood leading the way, down by 17 points. They had a productive drive that got cut short because of the pick from Underwood. And so now finding themselves down a couple of scores with 10:01 to play. There's still time certainly to make things interesting, but they're going to have to work a lot quicker than they're accustomed to.
Yeah, it's just not their MO. And again, their passing game is so much better than it was a year ago, but it's still not dynamic. You know, it's just not an explosive passing game. They don't have receivers that really put a lot of threat deep on your defense. And the SC defense has done what they needed to do tonight. Play good up front and stop the run. They played a lot of different guys, including the young freshman, Jakeem Stewart. But a lot of guys around the line of scrimmage. And last week, or their last game, they had trouble getting off blocks. And that was one of the problems they had defending the run. Tonight, much better job of getting off blocks, getting to the ball carrier, and limiting the gains. And they have not given up the big explosive runs like they did a year ago.
A lot of credit for Denton Lynn. His defense gave up 290 rushing yards last year to this Michigan offense. Only 119 so far here tonight. Now remember, Justice Haynes has been out for a lot of this game. As this one goes to Marshall across the 30-yard line, they'll mark him down at the 31. And you mentioned that the passing game isn't dynamic necessarily yet. The explosive plays haven't been there. He's been the guy for explosive plays.
Well, he's been the explosive run guy for sure, you know, but you've got to have the kind of balance, well, kind of the balance that USC has, where you can run and pass effectively, and you can create some chunk plays with your passing. It was too hard to drive the length of the field just dinking and dunking.
Slight trouble with the snap. Underwood, perfectly delivered.
Right there.
Marsh, nobody in front of him, and the freshman is gone. 69-yard touchdown. The freshman connection gets Michigan a bit closer.
That's exactly the kind of play they needed. It's cover two, which means there's two deep safeties. And when there's a cover two defense, there are certain holes. One of the holes is going to be right here in this sideline between the corner and the safety. And Underwood makes a perfect throw, and you saw Marsh kind of gear down in that hole. The safety overran it, and there's the explosive pass play that Michigan has been looking for all night.
So they're going to leave the offense out on the field to go for 2. USC late substituting. See if they get them off the field on time. They do. But some confusion on the defensive side of things. Underwood, end zone, too high for McCulley.
He had him. I mean, McCulley had separation, and he's just got to put a little bit. You either throw this with air under it or back shoulder it. But it was a beautiful throw in the touchdown. Right in the hole in the cover 2 zone. Marsh continues his ascent. And Michigan back in it.
I am a dreamer, my head in the clouds, so I'm off to find that place I've been, if only in my mind. The road I take is winding.
There's more room for imagination in the 3-row GV80. Welcome to Genesis.
Jersey Mike's is now an official sponsor of the NFL.
Hold on. You're stealing my job.
I don't want to steal anything.
Lies. Eli's.
I just love these subs.
It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Walmart deals are happening October 7th through 12th. And they're big.
Oh, my.
Gord.
Like, really big. Save big on tech, fashion, toys, home, beauty, and more.
Wow.
October 7th through 12th. Hurry. These deals are going to fly on by. Oh, yeah. They're big. Save really big. Online and in-store. October 7th through 12th. Only at Walmart.
No matter what kind of teeth you gotta brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head hugs them, cleans them, and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth. Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
How does Freshpet make healthy food for dogs? The same way you make healthy food for people. Harvest fresh.
Ship it fresh.
And craft it into recipes that are vet-developed and protein-packed. Because your dog deserves fresh, healthy food just like you. Freshpet. Healthy food fresh from the fridge.
For years, everyone thought Verizon had the best network, because they did. But now the best mobile network in the U.S. is T-Mobile. Some fancy experts finished a network test, and T-Mobile sort of opened a can of whoop-up. T-Mobile's network has the most advanced 5G, with more towers, and their signal reaches further than ever. So you can text and Insta-talk and say, "You won't believe where I am." Seriously, where am I? Hey, I got signal.
Great. Wait, why is Danny DeVito fishing in here?
Oh, that doesn't matter. This is a Jersey Mike's commercial. So what matters most is your sub and that sub bowl. Don't tell anybody about my secret spot. Where the subs matter most. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Time for a Papa John's game break. Back to Jordan-Hare Stadium. Georgia's been in trouble until Chauncey Bowens strikes. He ties things up at 10 apiece, but no one we talk about the College Football Playoff Committee. Right now there's a whole lot of murkiness after the first couple of teams.
No question about that. The other thing, Nick Saban, I know we're talking about it earlier today, Jordan-Hare is a place of
rocks.
Yeah, it rocks, and it's also cursed in many ways. We've seen some crazy finishes, and the Deep South's oldest rivalry always has something strange, it feels like, that can happen down the stretch. So it will be interesting to see how that one finishes up. Same with this one that's now back to a 2-score game at 11. And Sunderland will boot it away. Fair catch called for and made.
Well, after the touchdown, Sharon Moore electing to go for 2, and Bryce Underwood, this just has to be a better throw. If you're going to throw this hard, put more air under it and throw the back corner. If you're going to throw it on a line like that, then it has to go to the back shoulder, because he had separation. Either throw to the back pylon with some air or throw to the back shoulder and let him kind of come back to the football. But I'm not sure why you even go for 2 there at that point. Now you're going to be chasing points the rest of the game. It's the difference between making it a 10-point game or a 9-point game. Either way, it's still a 2-score game.
And if you do come back, you feel like you've got the momentum on your side should you go to overtime. But this defense is starting to pin their ears back a little bit more against the run. Rayshawn Benny, first one there to make contact with King Miller.
Wow, what a play by Benny. I mean, he just took the guard in front of him and drove him right into the backfield. Noah, number 77, watched Rayshawn Benny take the guard, drive him back into the ball carrier, and then make the play. Actually, that was Trey Pierce, number 95, who was in there along with Benny.
See what Wink Martindale has against this Lincoln Riley offense. That's up to 422 yards of total offense. Mayava looking for a chunk, and a little bit too high in the direction of Jacoby Lane.
Yeah, pretty nice job that time by Zeke Berry, number 10, because Zeke Berry kind of fell underneath this route, and it had to be a high throw over the top of Berry, and just too high for his tallest receiver. But that's because Berry was in position. If it's thrown lower, he's going to make a play on the football.
Remember, King Miller picked up that crazy 3rd and long on the ground. Right now he's split out wide, and they're going to motion him across on 3rd and 10. Mayava lofts it perfectly there. Lake McCree lost it at the end.
I think he was down already.
And they are going to rule it a first down catch of 20 yards.
A completed pass for a first down.
Take a look at the end. Big hit by T.J. Metcalf. And the ball comes out well after he's on the ground, I think.
And they're going to get the play off regardless, so, or will they? It will not be a counted play.
Prior to the snap, first time out of the half, Michigan.
A smart idea to force them to look at it.
When USC put the running back in motion and brought him across the formation, that was telling the quarterback whether it was man or zone. Nobody ran with him. That says zone. That meant the middle seam was going to be open, and he delivers the ball to McCree. Does he control this all the way to the ground? I should bring Terry in, see what he says. And watch, when they bring the back across, nobody goes with them, so that says zone. So the safety split, that means the middle of the field's open, and he gets the ball right in the middle of the seam. The motion gave Mayava the clue of what the coverage was, and then he made the right read of where to go with the ball.
So they'll take another look at this. If it does stand, or should I say if it is upheld, it'll be at the 45-yard line of SC.
Again, these tight ends are vertical threats in the passing game. So you've got the talented guys out wide, but then if you overcompensate for them, you leave the middle of the field exposed, and these two tight ends are both able to get in the middle seams and make plays.
Officially a catch, and officially a first down from the 45. Brian Jackson now the running back in there with Mayava. To the outside for Lemon. He just squeezes it into tough windows. 5-yard gain to make it 2nd and 5.
Again, just the plan of quick throws. Quick throws, quick throws, quick throws. Quarterback's not holding the ball a long time. 447 total yards of offense. And not a lot of pressure at all on Jaden Mayava.
Trey Pierce down after the play. Let's check in with KT.
Well, guys, 4 years ago, Mekhi Lemon flipped his commitment from Oklahoma to USC to follow Lincoln Riley. And Lemon told me his head coach is tough on his players, but only because he has high expectations and wants what's best for them. He told us his wide receiver has a unique ability to think and communicate like a coach, believes in his physical ability to go out there and make plays, and he prepares in a very mature and professional manner.
Yeah, I think the direct quote was, you can coach him like a coach.
Yeah.
Which is a huge advantage, again, combined with his physical skill, which we've seen on full display to the tune of 9 catches for 93 yards and a touchdown.
And he just looks like such a confident player, right? Like if the ball's anywhere near him, he's going to go make a play.
Think about how big that catch was by McCree to extend this drive. The first 2 plays of this drive only lasted 41 seconds as Pierce is now on his feet, and he'll be helped off to the side by Trey Williams and members of the athletic staff.
Trey Pierce has played really well for this Michigan defense. You know, they brought in some guys out of the portal, and Trey Pierce was a holdover and kind of a backup his whole time. But he really earned playing time and earned starts during fall camp and has played extremely well for Wink Martindale's defense, and you hope he's okay.
We've seen this Michigan defense come up with 2 huge takeaways as USC was driving, looking to put more points on the board. First one in the first quarter on their second drive, and then the second one into the second half. An interception by Zeke Berry on an ill-advised throw from Mayava, who otherwise has been, again, nearly unblemished. 25 of 31, 253, 2 touchdowns in that pick. And that's what Lincoln Riley said about his performance at Illinois a couple weeks ago, where he threw for 364, 2 touchdowns. He said outside of the 1 interception he threw in the third quarter, and then the drive after that, he just kind of missed 2 throws. He said he played basically a perfect game. Let's see what they do with Brian Jackson staying there. 2nd and 5, fake it to him. To the outside they will go. Catch, run, first down for Jaden Richardson.
Off coverage, quick route, get the ball out, and then a missed tackle on Jaden Sanders, the freshman, and a first down play.
Michigan had to use that one timeout. In theory, you would think to potentially try to force the officials to look at whether or not Lake McCree survived the catch. They're still working on Justice Haynes, and as KT told us, he hasn't been ruled out of this game. You see he still has the pads on, but we haven't seen him in this second half. It's been all Marshall or others. Marshall now up to 67 yards. Here's a handoff. Brian Jackson around the edge, and Hausman wraps him up after a gain of 5.
A good job by McCree getting a block, and then Hausman kind of a slobber knocker out here right now.
That mouthpiece is flying.
As long as there's no teeth in it, you know, you're okay.
Yeah, that's what matters. That's why you mold it. That's why you boil the water.
Yeah.
Make sure that it fits your mouth. You know, you got to make sure that it's ready for game action. And Jackson appears exactly that. With another touch here. Scampers up the middle. And they'll roll him a yard, maybe half a yard short, as Trey Williams comes up and just gets enough traction.
Well, Jackson's a little bigger back, 235 pounds. Did a nice job running in between the tackles. If nothing else, just to give King Miller a little bit of a break.
So 3rd down and 1. We already... I mean, this is clearly field goal range because of what we saw.
Well, right now you see a slower pace, taking their time in the huddle, using the clock the best they can.
Miller, he's got it. First down.
Now let the play clock go down under 10. Especially with the fact that they failed on that 2-point conversion. It's an 11-point game.
All Bryce Underwood can do right now is watch and hope that his defense can get the ball back for him. Something that Ernest Hausman has said. He's gone to his quarterback and said, hey, we got your back. We're going to get you opportunities out there. Just make sure that you're ready when your number's called. We're sticking with Brian Jackson now, the sophomore from McKinney, Texas. And Jackson gets away. Jackson all the way. Touchdown, USC. Mouthpiece or not, Pater sounds pretty good.
Well, the Michigan defense feeling a little desperation, feeling like they need to bring some pressure, but they got out of their gap assignments. And Jackson made him pay for it.
Sayeri's extra point, 31-13 after the second touchdown of the season for Brian Jackson.
You're going to see 3 defenders, 1, 2, 3. All 3 of these guys are going to come to the same area, and they're going to leave a voided area on the backside. Jackson sees it, and there's nobody there. 3 Michigan defenders went to the same gap. Nobody covered the backside cutback. And good vision by Jackson for the touchdown.
kickoff from the 35-yard line.
Thanks so much, Francisco VR.
And once again, 31 rushes for USC, 32 passes, 3 yards shy of 500 total yards of offense. It has been an impressive display. Play calling, execution, and we should say only 2 penalties for 25 yards so far against USC. That was a real problem for them coming in. The worst penalized team in the Big Ten, and some in really critical situations that cost them some major plays.
Came in 10th in the FBS in penalties, #1 in the Big Ten with 392 penalty yards entering the week, 265 coming defensively, which is 3rd most in the country. And for this sellout crowd that's had a number of Michigan alums that live in the area, some that traveled in, but a lot of USC representation as well in the Coliseum, and they are tasting what could be a first big Big Ten win and a huge ranked win for Lincoln Riley's team.
Yeah, on so many levels. I mean, not just a win over a ranked opponent in the Big Ten, staying in the playoff conversation, but doing it the way they did with physicality, defending the run, protecting your quarterback, running the football yourself. Credit to the offense and defensive lines of USC.
And you look around the Big Ten, the new schools, so to speak, coming from the Pac-12. Oregon already with a couple of them, including the whiteout game a couple weeks ago. Washington beat this Michigan team right around this time last year, and then last week UCLA stamped their real rival in the Big Ten with the victory over Penn State. This feels like for USC that rite of passage now where they are officially a member of this conference and can feel like they're a legit competitor towards the top of the table in the Big Ten.
And this game was important for both teams, no question.
Underwood on first down. He's going to have to sling it, and he won't. He gets wrestled down by Devin Tompkins. Loses 11 on first down.
Well, when you can rush with 4, this is Tompkins. He's going to get pushed inside. He's going to spin out and get to the quarterback. You rush 4, you drop 7, and Underwood nowhere to go with the football. Couldn't find an open man and couldn't get out of the pocket. And right now USC not worried about the run at all.
Underwood, fade away, out of bounds.
I mentioned this game important for both teams, but when you look at what USC has to do from here, they go to Notre Dame next week. They still have road games at Nebraska and at Oregon. It is not an easy road for them from here on out. This game was critical for them at home to get a win.
Defense showed up. Offense continued to produce. And now the defense can stamp another signature moment with a 3rd and 21.
And you can see the youthfulness of Bryce Underwood. Happy feet in these kind of situations. Just not comfortable standing in the pocket.
Trojans will take a timeout.
The football.
USC, 30 seconds.
Well, TB, you bring up what's to come for Denton Lynn's defense, Lincoln Riley's offense at Notre Dame next week. That is going to be an awesome battle on NBC and Peacock. Then a bye week, 2nd of the season, and then that game at Nebraska. Home for Northwestern, who we saw today is still a tricky team. Home for Iowa, which is always going to be a tricky battle. Then at Oregon, and finish off with the home battle with UCLA to round out the season. It is about as difficult a navigating task as you're going to have as we check in with the Papa John's Game Break and John Fanta.
Noah and Todd in this edition of College Kickers. Peyton Woodring of Georgia from 53. It's good. And the Bulldogs take a 13-10 lead at Auburn.
That is a battle there. Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum here. Capacity just below 80,000. You see some of the maize and blue starting to file out as USC has extended this lead 31-13, trying to slam it shut with a 3rd and 21 here. From inside the 15 for Underwood. Shovel pass. Marshall Gets to the outside, stays on his feet. Marshall down the sideline, and finally gets ushered out of bounds at the 30. It's going to be 5 yards shy of the first down. And now 4th and 5. You've got to believe that Michigan is going to leave the offense on the field.
Yeah, they have to go for it. That was an incredible effort by Marshall just to get him that close. It was a very safe play. Marshall now a little bit shaken up at the end of that play. But a tremendous effort by him on that shovel pass.
Already playing without Justice Haynes for this entire second half. So now on a 4th and 5, Bryson Kuzdal is back on the field.
And he's just going to need to pass protect right here. This has to be a throw.
Rush comes. Underwood felt it. Behind Samaj Morgan, incomplete. And the USC defense puts their stamp on this game, turns over Michigan on downs, and slams it shut.
Well, this Kuzdal's new in the game, and he's late to the party. He's got to get over here faster. This man is coming. This man's coming. The guard and the tackle are occupied. He's got to get there sooner. And Underwood just had to sling it out of there to avoid the sack. That was the middle linebacker, Desmond Stevens, who was there so quickly.
You don't always see high emotion from Lincoln Riley.
Right.
You can tell how much this game means to him.
No doubt. And again, they lost their last time out. They did not play well. They made too many mistakes. They had a chance to win. They couldn't get a stop in the last minute and a half of the game. Then they had to stew over it for a whole bye week and deal with it and make corrections. And a rejuvenated looking team tonight on both sides of the ball.
Handoff on first down. And Jackson, who had the touchdown, will gain yard. This Michigan remaining path. You've got Washington, which is going to be a difficult task. Then at Michigan State, who's trying to figure out the midseason woes. Home for Purdue, then the second bye of the season. At Northwestern, at Maryland, and then home for Ohio State to round out the season. Obviously, that Ohio State game, always the biggest on the calendar for the Wolverines. The other thing just worth noting, under Sharon Moore, Michigan is 8-2 at home, but 1-4 on the road. The only win officially credited to Sharon Moore is at Ohio State. They did beat Maryland in 2023, but it counts towards Jim Harbaugh's record as a flag is down.
Well, they had a good road win at Nebraska earlier, but he was on suspension.
Correct.
So that didn't count
All
for him.
the players of the offense were not set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. Still second down. The clock will start on the snap.
Again, and every year's different, no question, right? But last year in Ann Arbor, Michigan ran the ball for 290 yards, and they knew they weren't going to throw it. USC knew they couldn't throw it, but they couldn't stop the run effectively. And tonight, with a better passing game that Michigan brought into the Coliseum, USC was up for the task in defending the run.
Second down and 14. And a major loss. Quick penetration by Trey Williams as he wraps up Brian Jackson. Likely take us to the 2-minute timeout unless Sharon Moore wants to take one of his final two. So clock right now paused with 2:05. There was a helmet lost on the USC side. So player has to go off, 3rd and 19. And 2:05 left on the clock. So they're going to have to run another play before the 2-minute timeout here.
Please reset the game clock. Choose 1-3.
Thank you, Francisco.
Thank you.
213. We are in Los Angeles, the area code 213. So not sure if he was maybe going phone number. Clock will start, and they will snap it and hand it off. Miller picks up 2 And that is the 2-minute timeout. 1:57 officially on the clock. 31-13. USC in complete control in this second half. And the Trojans on their way to win number 5 on the season on Big Ten Saturday night.
This or that.
Here they come, yo. Here they come.
You can Venmo this or you can Venmo that. You can Venmo this or you can Venmo that. You can Venmo this or you can Venmo that. I think you Venmo this, yo. Swears that. Yo, niftily. Yo, we can make it. Hip to me. What we are, cuz what we be the epitome. Do, die, dippity. You can Venmo this or you can Venmo that. I think you Venmo this, yo.
Get your Venmo debit card today with free Perplexity Pro.
This or that.
I'm like so starstruck.
I know. He's so much taller in person.
I'm struggling with his proportions.
Yeah, because you're taking too long. You know, one time I filed a claim in under 2 minutes on the Geico app. Little to the right, G? Yeah. If they can work wonders that fast, why can't I? Voila.
Spitting image.
Show off.
What was that?
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
We put it through the worst, so you get its best. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality.
The detective said missing kids usually come home. What happens when they don't?
Police looking for John Gacy. We discovered bodies.
The system failed these families.
His employees start disappearing and nobody looks into the guy? How many are down there? How many did you kill? Up to you to find out.
The most improbable finish of season.
It's a pretty big-time game, and they didn't give up on the thought that they could win.
They're just going to down this ball.
Leinart sneaks towards the goal line. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, USC!
Matt Leinart stopped initially, keeps churning ahead for the winning score.
"20 years ago, the Bush push leads us to next week with USC and Notre Dame. As this punt will just fly into the end zone from Johnson. Time now for the upcoming schedule presented by Discover. Next week, Michigan State and what will be top 5 Indiana. Where they fall, TBD, but 3:30 Eastern on Peacock. There will be a top 5 team playing at home in front of a raucous crowd. Then Penn State and Iowa on Peacock at 7 Eastern. All leads to USC at Notre Dame and potential double-ranked matchup. We'll see if USC ends up in the top 25 as well.
Well, Jaden Davis in at quarterback now. Sharon Moore conceding. Bryce Underwood out of the football game. Jaden Davis from Charlotte, North Carolina.
They went to McCulley on the first play. That was strapped by Nicholson. So Davis comes in. Mikey Keene is available and on this trip for Michigan, transferred in from Fresno State, but Davis earning that backup spot. North Carolina Gatorade Player of the Year a couple years back, just one game last year in a redshirt season. There is Bryce looking on, disappointed, but we'll go back to the drawing board, and still a lot in front of this team as Davis loses the ball. He got devoured in the backfield, and Michigan does jump on it with Evan Link. Devin Tompkins starting to make his presence felt.
Well, a little stunt. Tompkins is here. He's going to work to the other side, and El Hadi doesn't pick him up. For some reason, the left guard just kind of got frozen and didn't slide and pick him up. Davis new in the ball game, first hit, and coughs up the football. But again, this is a USC team that can rush the passer. Their second sack tonight.
Just hand it off, and Marshall will get back towards the original line of scrimmage. Set up 4th and long. And Marshall, who is already feeling some effects over the last couple plays, gingerly gets his way up.
This USC defense, they only had 21 sacks all of last season. They have 19 right now in game 6. Or through 6 games. Chance for another one here on 4th down.
Fourth and 15. Over the middle, picked. Bishop Fitzgerald has done it again. His 5th of the season ends this game in downtown Los Angeles.
Well, I'm not exactly sure who Jaden was throwing this one to. Not a receiver real close to it, and Fitzgerald does what he's been doing all year, picking off the football. A complete performance by the USC Trojans, offense and defense. And kicking game. Their kicker was impressive tonight as well with the long field goal.
Victory formation for the Trojans. Lincoln Riley said his coaching staff had to keep his players away from each other, from beating up on one another after the loss at Illinois, a bye week, and a comprehensive win to follow for USC. 31-13. Lincoln Riley has a ranked Big Ten win here at home. Let's go to KT.
Coach, you said you wanted your group to learn to get the mentality to expect to win big games like this. What does this victory mean to you and your team and their state in the Big Ten?
That was awesome. You know, guys played hard. We were a physical-ass Big Ten team tonight. I know that. Our group were physical. Defense was physical. O-line, guys down all over the place. We just weren't going to be denied tonight, period. And you were down to your 3rd running back, King Miller, a true freshman. What did he show you in his performance tonight? He was unreal. He does what he's been doing in practice, and awesome seeing the group. It's just the mentality, right? You could, when you lose guys like that, really good players, you can either fold or you can man up, and our guys just did a great job responding. King, the O-line, they were all incredible. Defensively, you held Michigan to 13 points. How much discipline did that take from this group? A lot. You know, we didn't have penalties. We did a great job not really giving them anything. I thought we controlled the line of scrimmage and got it done here in front of a great sold-out crowd at the Coliseum. Thanks so much, Coach. Thanks. Fight on.
Well, look, you can say all you want of, hey, we block out the noise, we don't pay attention to what people are saying.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, everyone's human. And you got to know that these guys have heard over the last however many years, they're not physical. They're not ready for the Big Ten. You heard what Lincoln said first. We were a physical Big Ten team today.
They were. They were the better